Bonjour les seigneurs de merde. Bonjour. C'est ACES et vous écoutez ACES Radio.
Hey yo, Frankie, what up? Stop fishing for bass. It's time to start kicking ass.
Columbus, awesome, Bitcoin, douchebag, Morgan, girl's name, Garber, dickhead, crew cut, not dead, Miriam, the king, Sanch, Soccer belongs to Columbus, this team belongs to Columbus, soccer belongs to Columbus, this league began in Columbus, soccer belongs to Columbus, this team belongs to Columbus. If you wanna fight, we're gonna save the crew tonight. If you wanna fight, we're gonna save the crew tonight.
We are the greatest of soccer causes. You were the king of awkward pauses and writing escape clauses that potentially violate state laws. Oh, and also you're a little bitch boy, a little rich boy, taking daddy's money and making a toy of something that's not a toy. It's our team, you jerk. What's wrong with you, man? Come on.
Columbus, awesome, Bitcoin, douchebag, Morgan, girl's names, Garber, dickhead, crew cut, not dead, Miriam, the king, Sanch, not so much. Soccer belongs to Columbus, this team belongs to Columbus, soccer belongs to Columbus, this league began in Columbus, soccer belongs to Columbus, this team belongs to Columbus. If you wanna fight, we're gonna save the crew tonight. If you wanna fight, we're gonna save the crew tonight. We're gonna save the crew. You can't stop us now. We're gonna save the crew. You guys, you are clowns. We're gonna save the crew. You can't stop us now. We're guys, you guys are clowns. You can't stop us now. You guys are clowns.
How about new?
Now, shall we begin?
You are now listening to an altogether less fashionable variety of soccer podcast. Broadcasting live from the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to
ACES Radio.
I got the new wings with the Zima flavor sauce.
I've given this no thought whatsoever.
Hashtag probably riding cock.
They're in your face, they're a little different. I think it's super cool. I love them. Jamie, you ignorant slut.
Hold on to your butts.
Now, here are your hosts, Morgan Hughes, John Zadar, and Darby Schnarfus.
Yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, and celebrity fans alike. If you're here, sound of my voice, it's already too late. You're tuned in to the latest, the lamest, and possibly last episode of ACES Radio. It's a Buffalo Bills podcast only. Coming up tonight on the program, Cruisers FC head out to Frisco, Texas to visit the Soccer Hall of Fame and take on the Dallas Bird. The panel will discuss cracking the code. Tonight it makes its triumphant return as we try to decipher what Stacey Carnes means when she uses words. Man balls are back drabs and they're as thrown about as liberally as ever. I welcome you back and I remind you that I can say words without tripping over my own ass. Then on segment 2, the rarest of all rare treats as a celebrity guest, unlike any other, which we don't mean as a compliment, stops by the show. Psych, bitches, there's no guest tonight. Go fuck yourself. We're going to talk about Cruisers FC versus Portland Timbers. We lost. That sucks. On segment 3, we head live on Periscope for your hot takes, aka the battle for the grand prize, and sweet mother of God. A log jam at the top of the standings this week, fellas, as users A, B, C, D, E, F, and Susan the Snake return to battle for hot take supremacy. Prediction scores, prediction updates, Cruisers versus Crapids FC, Hang On Tour, the Ags Attack War, and so much fucking more. Brought to you as always by benevolent corporate overlord sponsors Blood and Urine and broadcasting live from the beautiful front room here at Endeavor Brewing Company. My name is the continuing champion Morgan Hughes, aka the #1 handsy boy. And I'm joined, as always, by AAA, the absentee amateur artist himself, Captain Jean-Luc, the wet boy Zadar, and everyone's favorite ancient ruin, Darby, the 40-year-old man-child Schnarfus. Fellas, mapaches, lads from different dads, brothers from different mothers, and amigos, de Guillermo, how in the hell have you been? Do
you want, if you'd like, I can defer my intro if you would like to speak directly to Susan instead.
Susan
who
the Snake.
is joining us on microphone 3, I guess, just hanging out almost as if she were a puppet.
What a horrible character, otherwise known as just drunk-ass Nate.
Drunk Nate screaming.
Yeah. I'm Susan the Snake. I'm Nate who's drunk. Welcome back. It's more of like a golf head cover.
Is that what that is?
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to be like I think it's supposed to be a puppet, but I don't know. I rolled it up and I put it on the microphone. So now
I think I still see powdered sugar on its nostrils.
it is an extremely high snake.
I think I still smell powdered sugar in my nostrils.
Did you snort
Yeah,
some
how'd
of
that
that
work?
too, John?
Yeah.
You did quite a rail of sweet stuff there.
Yeah, it was delicious.
You enjoyed that?
Yeah.
You want to do it again?
It's nice. You snort it into your nose, and then, like, as the show proceeds, like, some of that sugary
you get
goodness
that-
drips down
that
the back of your
post-nasal
throat.
drip. Yeah, absolutely.
You just kind of taste it.
every day.
Let's maybe we can go out to the Indian food truck and get some sort of powdered spice out there.
Yeah,
that
maybe
you can snort.
Maybe
tonight.
you could do that. Sure.
Three Fat Indians, you want to do your thing, Drabs?
Yeah, this episode of Aces Radio is brought to you by John Snorting Cumin.
Oh, that would
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would suck.
I'll
And,
give you $1 if you do that.
In high school, we would go to Donato's after soccer games, and I remember one time we bet a freshman that he couldn't snort red pepper flakes, and he did.
But why
pepper
would he do
flakes?
that?
Yeah.
Oh,
He snorted
wow.
3 red. He was like, "I'll snort 3 red pepper flakes." And we're like, "Okay."
All right.
He did it, and then he went. And then he went into the bathroom and was snorting water. And I was
Okay.
like, that's not how that works,
Okay.
Eric.
Right.
Like,
Now I'll snort anything.
Right. Yeah, because you're just going to glue those things to your sinuses then.
How was soccer today? Well, Mom, I discovered that I can, like, snort anything. So, like, that's what I do now. Do we have anything for dinner?
I'm
I'd
a
like to
snortsman.
snort it. Yeah.
yeah.
Before we get into the meat and potatoes of Aces Radio, one piece of housekeeping. Just want to give a big shout out to user AGS Attack for that sublime intro, Sean. What a treat.
I think I've decided that he could be an okay musician if there wasn't a point in every song where he just decides to go no, like there's always like a line that's completely unintelligible, and it always seems to be part of the chorus, so you have to hear it a bunch.
I agree.
And you're just like,
Yeah, I mean, if he took about half of the syllables out of
Yes.
each line, they would probably be fantastic.
I like how you, John, were just like, he would be an okay musician if, meaning like he's a trash musician and the tops he could go to would be an all right musician.
well, I'm not saying that's like the end all be all for him, but if he wants to at least
But
get
it is.
there,
Hey, you started
This
off
is
sucking.
what you do.
Now you're just okay. Maybe someday you could be average.
Right.
And that's probably about it for you, Alex Jack. Thanks for the song. Moving on, Cruisers FC taking on FC Dallas Burn on Saturday past. Formation, you're familiar, 4-2-3-1 with starters Zach Steffen in net. Awful. Mensah, Abu Bakar, and Valenzuela across the back. Artur and Ricardo Clark in the middle. Sanch, Higuain, and Merrim on the wings and attacking mid. And your boy Jossie Zardes up top. Your substitutions, Will Trapp came on for Ricardo Clark, the old man, in the 73rd. Nico Hansen, so hot right now for Sanch in the 74th. Patrick Mullins for Federico Higuain in the 87th. Your cards, the old man picked up a yellow in the 53rd. Lawless Abubakar picked up a yellow in the 67th, and there were no goals. Drabs, we'll go to you first. A road point is always good, but do you feel like less happy about that outcome when you outshoot, you outcross, you win more duels and tackles, and you have more corners against a top team in the West on the road? A point is a point, but should there have been more?
I never felt like the team played well enough to deserve 3 points, if I'm honest. The numbers on the page may have looked good, but the game wasn't great. It was an adequate game. They deserved a point, and in that context, you're satisfied with a point.
Yeah.
But no, I don't feel like they were robbed or unjustly, that they deserved more than they got. That was the result they should have gotten.
Yeah. John, how about you? You think a point is decent, or do you want more after dominating statistically?
I mean, considering that I predicted that we would lose this game, and that not only lose it, but that it wouldn't be a close loss, I'm pretty pleased with the draw. Ultimately, we got exactly what I predicted from these two games, just the reverse of what I thought it would be. So I'm not necessarily frustrated or pleased.
Yeah. This is a team that often wins on paper and actually loses a game.
True.
So
yeah, I'm trying to find the stats, but I decided to use the MLS app, and so naturally I can't fucking find anything I'm looking for.
The MLS app is no.
Yeah,
no.
it's a lot of garbage.
Shout out while you're looking to Naked Bottom Bucket Boy for stopping by. Alex Thomas just left, and the return of Steps FC. What a rare treat tonight. Speaking of statistics, Drabs, I wanted to ask you. You know what, John? Let's start with you because you're a guy who has actually played the game of soccer as opposed to Drabs, who has the wooden circle and the stick he hits it down, and I'm more of a basketball man.
Okay,
I was playing soccer in elementary school back when Seattle invented soccer. Thank you very much. Yeah, way the fuck back. That's right.
1876. I did want to point out that the last Higuain goal or assist was officially June 3rd against Toronto. 10 games, 8 of them starts, is now his streak of a whole pile of nothingness. And I think that he was pretty dangerous at times and in moments on Saturday. But you're a soccer boy, John. What do you see in Federico Higuain? Why is it not coming through on the score sheet?
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about this earlier today, and I don't want to I know segment 2 is just the other game tonight, so I don't want to get too much into discussing the comparisons between Saturday and Wednesday.
You're a young pro.
Too much.
You wouldn't do that.
But I don't know. I think he is one of those players, and he plays in one of those positions where he's kind of his contributions aren't always necessarily statistical, which is something that's frustrating when we need those kind of statistical contributions. We need the assists,
goals.
and we need the goals that come from the assists.
Those are good statistics. Goals are arguably my favorite statistic.
And yeah, I mean, realistically, he's not the guy you'd necessarily be looking for to be scoring the goals. But what has he got? 4 this year?
Yeah.
Only
and
4?
3 of them are penalty kicks. Yeah.
Okay, so you remove the penalty kicks, and this is again kind of a bit of a imposition on segment 2. But guess 1 goal and 7 assists is the exact number that another player on our team now has, who also has a designated player tag. So.
Is
Thank
this
you,
a spoiler?
AGS attack. So I'll talk about that next segment, but I don't know. I think that I'm wondering when this team is going to start to let the frustration show, because I've got to imagine that it's bubbling there under the surface with the amount of opportunities that they have and the lack of opportunities that they're finishing.
Yeah,
I've got to think that they've got to be getting frustrated, especially after last night's match.
Yeah, I would think so too. Dallas clearly had the better second half. Thank Guillermo for Zach Steffen a couple times there, but we definitely had the better chances in the first half. Like I mentioned, Higuain looked dangerous at times, and Jossie Zardes looked positively figured out. Darbs, no Zardes goal in 3 straight appearances, first time this season. Is it just one of those moments where the goals will come, or do you think that maybe the league has started to figure out the Jossie Zardes experience?
I'm not too worried about him right now. I actually thought going into that game that he would sit, and that would be the game that Mullins started, because Jossie just come off of national team duty. He played in both of the friendlies leading into that. So I figured he was probably going to be a little tired.
Yeah.
And you go into hot as balls Texas, everybody's going to start getting heavy legs. So I was a little surprised to see him out there at all. I think, in discussing player rotation, he probably should have been one of the first guys to get rotated.
Yeah, I think it's a hard decision there, right? Because we had been coming off of a long break, the team itself had.
Sure.
So you fall into that camp of, okay, there's 2 ways to go here, right? You go, do you rest this guy because he has been playing, or do you play him because he's the one who's kind of in game form and kind of in that mindset, whereas the other guys are coming off the longer break,
Sure.
And Greg went the one way, and maybe he should have gone the other way, especially when now you have to sit him probably for the game last night, which he did, and you've got another game 3 days later again. Yeah, it's a weird stretch.
Sure.
To have to manage for your starting striker.
Sure, your starting striker. I wasn't surprised that Will rested. I figured Clark would be in, but Awful played, and he was coming off of international duty, right? So, yeah, those are three of your more talented guys who are playing on some
play 90 in both of the friendlies?
Yeah.
He
did. I think he
Zardes
went the whole way both times.
Played, I think, the full way in the second game and came on as a sub in the first.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a considerable amount of game time for those guys, considering that it's only the 20th of September, and we had a game on the 1st.
Yeah.
So that's a game on the 1st for the crew. Then between that, after that, you've got 2 games for the U.S. for both of them. And then you've got a
plus
game...
all the training.
plus all that training. But then you've got a game last Saturday, and then you've got a game last night. And then you've got a game in 2 days.
Fishing for bass.
Yeah.
So,
straight bassing.
And then you've got a game, when's the next game after that? A full week. Okay, so rest then. But
yeah,
it's a long month for a couple of those guys.
Yeah, and finally,
with a lot of travel.
2 weekends in a row coming up here.
Yeah, where were those U.S. games at
home
again?
One was Nashville. The other one was, wasn't it? Was it
New
Jersey?
York, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, not too much travel, but
yeah.
still a
but
bit.
then they also went to Texas, and so, yeah.
Deep in the heart of go fuck yourself. Let's move on to color impressions. Drabs, we start with you. Your color impressions of Cruisers FC versus FC Dallas.
Yeah, it was gray. It was bland. It was neutral. It was inoffensive.
All right. Sean Sitar, the wetness, the wet boy. Your color impression.
Color impression, it feels kind of, I want to say red, because I feel like we're kind of getting into a zone now where things are dropping as far as like our position and our security, but we got the points from this week that I predicted we would get, but I still think that we're not in a good spot right now.
Red like what, John?
Red like the threat level red.
Brown like the pants.
Red like below the line, red line, which is where we will fall if we're not very careful.
Red like the FC Dallas jerseys.
And the yellow and the red line is wherever Philly is, because Jesus Christ, they went into Seattle last night and ended up stealing 3 road points. So I'm sitting at home and Gary and I just do whatever we want now. Takes him to the Whetstone Park of Rose, John, yesterday. That's what they call it.
What are you talking about yesterday for?
We're there, and I says to Gary, take it in, my lad. Take a deep breath in and breathe that freedom and all the grass and the mosquitoes. Breathe
he wasn't
them on
a leash?
He was.
You drove like 10 miles
so
to take your
free.
6-inch dog on a walk that probably went 20 feet before
Well, I had
he got
to
tired.
deliver a flag, a Tifo Sweat flag, to somebody in UA. So on my way back, I stopped in Beach Wall.
Park of Roses is not on the way from your house to UA in any fashion.
Sir, it is in fact not.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't have a
depends.
job.
Which part of UA you're going to?
Golden Ghetto, Nottingham Road.
North UA.
Golden Ghetto, John. It's right between. It's Swansea, Woodstock, Nottingham, Shrewsbury, Cranford.
Where's the northern border of UA?
Henderson Road.
That is the exact farthest north that the neighborhood goes.
Is that Henderson? Yeah, Henderson.
I knew it goes to Henderson.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it goes past it.
It does not.
It does not.
No, absolutely not. Don't even think about it, John.
Okay, I wasn't thinking about it.
You don't want to get to Bethel. That in between land.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
You never will have Jenny's frozen ice. What is it called?
Frozen Ice. Yeah, Jenny's Frozen Ice. That's
Rita's?
definitely the name of it.
Italian Ice.
Yeah.
You're talking about Rita's.
Rita's Italian Ice.
Yeah.
It's also frozen. So
There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
They're not just on
No,
Bethel.
there's just the one. It's next to Subway.
There's
You
one
also
like
can
3
never have
blocks
Subway
from my
again.
house in Westerville.
No, that's a lie. Well, we'll look into it. And we've decided you're a liar. So I says to Gary, take it in, my lad. Please don't jump in that puddle. You'll drown because you're just an angel. But my color is...
Yellow Beach, Columbus Crew.
That's right, Drabs. Yellow.
Yellow like what, Morgan?
Yellow like Naked Bottom Bucket Boy making all of the noise
Why
right
did
now.
we need the
God.
park story? I was waiting for it to transition into yellow, and it didn't.
It did not.
You just were talking
Yellow
about
like
you went to
the
the park.
puddle-
Don't
the
jump in
puddle
that
of urine
puddle.
that
Your
Gary
color
almost
is
drowned in.
yellow.
Don't jump in that puddle. You'll die.
I thought maybe Gary was gonna eat a weird yellow mushroom or something.
Oh, he may have done that. He may have done that. But so what if I told you eating a mushroom is dangerous, John? But there is a cure to the scourge that's known as doing that.
It's called a stomach pump.
That's right, John.
You
They
don't
say
wanna get it.
the only cure is just
don't
don't
eat the
stop
mushrooms,
in that
Brett.
puddle because you'll die.
And now,
Put them in your
an
bucket.
ACES
Don't eat
radio
them.
exclusive,
Don't talk over this.
Cracking the Code. They say it,
Everything we do is for the city.
we explain it.
Who we are is for the city.
You reap the benefits.
What? They speak English and what? What? English,
And it's all for Columbus.
For Columbus, indeed. Welcome back, snakes named Sally. What are they? Sarah?
Susan.
Susan the snake. I'm a snack. I'm Nate. I'm drunk. I'm wearing a puppet on my hair.
It actually wasn't wrong. There is still powdered sugar on this fucking thing.
Another edition of Cracking... Jesus Christ, the Code. Brought to you as always by ZZ Boots, Wildman's Leather and Lace. This week's Cracking the Code clip comes to us from none other than my lovely inside front office account rep by the name of Stacy Carnes. So I'm at the stadium the other day, Drabs, and I'm doing supporter arts. I'm hanging out. I'm hashtagging. I'm doing NHL to ATX stuff. I'm looking forward to my future career in the supporter arts, which, reminder as always, is something that literally MLS to ATX said and is on the record. And so Stacy Carnes sends me an email, and I said, Stacy, before you do, but after that, would you please take the email and read it into the place on my body where it is? And she had the following to say. First of all, she said, I would love nothing more. I'd love nothing more. And I said, I know. And so then she talked about it, and this is what she said in 3, 2, 1.
Morgan, thank you for continuing your 2019 Crew SC membership. Your preferred method of payment was charged a day to reserve your seats. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thanks. Stacy Carnes. Hashtag YOLO swag 24/7 blaze. Let me smash.
Thanks.
So Tiffany wants to smash you? I'm confused.
Tiffany's got a deep voice. Stacy.
What's its name?
Tiffany. Stacy.
You called her Tiffany a minute ago.
Stacy's mom.
Yeah, you did.
Has got it going on.
I think you started with Stacy, and then by the end of it, you had called her Tiffany.
I have had a lot of Crew SC inside sales reps.
Kaylee is a great ticket rep for Morgan. Yeah, she's fantastic.
Kaylee's wonderful.
Yeah. Who is Kaylee? Which one around now? I mean, you probably had 3 ticket reps this year, so I don't, I've had 2.
They keep like, I can't fucking deal with this
I had
guy.
2.
You take him.
Yeah, that's right.
Whoever loses the office pool that week has to take Morgan.
You're not fucking wrong, Drabs. So, I've been getting text messages this week asking me what the ticket thing means.
It means that they're charging you money for tickets.
John, we'll go to you first.
That's what that means.
Does this mean the crew is saved? Talk me through this. Crack the code for me, my
does
good
the
boy.
Fact that they're charging you season tickets mean the crew is saved?
Is that what that means?
No, that's not a direct. Those aren't related in any way.
It's not? But they took.
Are you sure? Oh, hey, Alex Thomas is still here.
They took my money though, John. So
okay.
Is the crew saved?
Well, they're still operating a business here, so I'm sure that they would like profit or some sort of income stream. So yeah,
damn,
contractually obligated income.
Well, I think that it's so.
Thank you, Andy Lamborghini.
Somebody texted me and they said, this has to be a good sign, right? It doesn't mean the crew is saved.
No, it literally doesn't.
But it has to be a good sign. Someone said that to me, and I said, I won't tell you who it was, John, but he did. He or she said that to me. And I would say yes, I think it's a really good sign because this is a hard thing to walk back.
I would say it means nothing.
It doesn't mean anything. However, what if I told you, Sean?
Because they'll just refund you any money that doesn't get put towards tickets. So if the team leaves, then you get and before the season starts, you get your money back. So
has anybody ever thought about what the process would look like to issue 7,000 refunds?
I'm talking about.
It would look like an automated system that does that.
Goal 7K is what that would look like.
It's not like they're manually writing out refund checks. I do acknowledge that.
Yeah,
but it's still
back on your
probably
card.
not easy to run on
that.
And there's probably a cost associated with it.
I've requested that they write me a check.
Well, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. There's transaction fees for every transaction.
Yeah,
and I didn't say charging your card to take the money.
I don't want a refund. I just I'd like a check now, please. Is what I said.
I'm going to ask for my refund in $1 bills.
I don't want a refund. I just want money.
Oh,
I'd just like a check, please.
You would just for new money.
Yes,
that's not for the ticket.
That's exactly right.
Okay,
I've requested that from Stacey Carnes, and she said, "YOLO swag 24/7 blaze it."
Let me smash.
Yeah,
but
I don't know what that means.
Let me write a check.
Yeah. And I said, okay.
Yeah. Regardless of whether there's any larger meaning about Save the Crew, this is a good thing because
there it is.
They're still at a point now where they want to take our money.
That's right.
They thought they would never be here.
That's right.
They thought this wouldn't be an actual discussion. They thought, like fucking January.
Morgan really wanted this to be like a good thing.
That's right. It's a great.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What's that,
No.
James?
This if you want to
Yeah,
take
that's
the
right.
positive
Oh,
out
sorry
of this,
about that.
Jesus Christ, this
Sorry.
is the part
Okay.
you don't play the drop over.
That's right, Salon Max. He was of age. Again, I'd like to apologize. His last name was Boy. You could see my confusion. That was a. No one could be sure. No one could see it coming. You hate to see. You hate
Wait,
to
hold
see
on
that.
a second. What was his first name?
Oh, we'll look into that.
The.
John.
The boy.
That's right.
The boy, we took him to the moon. Oh my God, we tricked him. As he was of age, though. He's actually a 36-year-old man.
It seems weird that you're concerned about his age.
I just want to make sure no
all
laws
you're
are
doing
broken.
is taking him to the moon. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Well, there was.
I don't think there are any like age requirements to go to the moon.
No,
Well, without parental.
It's not like the moon is R-rated.
Well, think about it from a parent perspective. Well, if Solanamex is there.
Well, hold on, wait. How
gotta
did we
realize
go,
they went
at what
there
point did we
to-
go from Solanamex like starting families to having sex with children?
That's a better question for him. Solanamex, you have a lot of explaining to do. And grow up. What were we talking about? The crew being saved, Drubs?
Yeah. No, I mean they're not saved, but it's a good thing. Celebrate, if nothing else, celebrate the fact that
Okay.
they thought this shit would be over 10
Celebrate
months
it.
ago.
What did? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You were still doing?
Darby, they started it more than 10 months ago. Please get your facts straight.
No, but they thought it would be over 10 months ago. Over. It would be.
Oh.
It would be finished.
Yeah,
10
dude.
months ago.
Do you think that there was any planet that they thought existed where they'd be taking money for our 2019 season
Right.
tickets?
Yeah, and having to
Fuck
write
no.
awkward.
I don't think
ass
there's any
emails
planet where
and-
they think more than like a week in advance, so probably not.
Boom.
Yeah.
Roasted.
Yeah.
Hey, they have a temporary stadium site yet?
Boom. Roasted.
Do they have a permanent stadium site yet? Do they have a contract for a stadium
Boom.
yet?
Boom. Boom.
Have they announced has MLS announced a team in Austin?
Does anyone there have an iPad with a drop machine on it that says Boom Roasted?
Roasted.
Yeah.
Probably. Dave Greeley show's looking good, and this is probably produced down there.
Yeah.
I don't know. So this seemed like a good thing to me, regardless. Like Drabs alluded to. First of all, like walking this back, yeah,
It's
of
good in the
course-
sake that like Save the Crew has survived and has made this a thing.
Shut up and take my money, and they did.
And yeah, I wouldn't read into it that like it means that the crew is saved or not saved.
Who are you talking to right now when you say that, John?
Stank Lord.
Someone who may or may not be like a baron of smells.
Stank Lord.
I don't know what that means.
A baron has a gender connotation. How about just royalty of stench?
I mean, I
Stank
wanted it to have a
Lord.
gender connotation.
Well, but I mean, it could be a she, or a he, or they.
It was Andy.
Their pronouns. It's impossible to know.
He just said what it was.
Who said that?
You did.
Are you serious, Bucket Boy? Please do not speak directly into Susan the Snake.
Ew.
Don't do that.
You're all like shorn and stuff. Incidentally, like you look less homeless than usual.
You got a haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
I
done.
can tell.
Yeah.
He has an appearance
You're
at Sister's
prepping
Chicken
for
on
the.
He's going to a thing at Lowe's.
Yeah. You're excited to hang out in the Lowe's parking lot.
He wants to look
Nice.
good for Gary or whatever that guy's fucking name is.
Oh, Gary's in the
Can we
parking
talk
lot?
about how you named your dog Gary, which is the name I always use for incompetent people that are theoretical?
Me too. I use that same thing. Yeah. I use Carl
Like
and
I've
Gary.
used it for years.
Yeah. I always think it's funny to give pets like Steven.
Dumb human names.
This is my cat, Steven. Yeah. Great job. I think the studio audience probably knows.
And knowing is half the battle.
Say what again? He's absolutely right. Say what? One more goddamn
He's absolutely right.
We want it now. And okay, so here's the thing, lads. We don't have a person for segment 2, but we do have 2 games this week, Drab. So
We're just going to keep rolling right into that, or are we actually going to like take a break? All right.
tune in to find out, John. If you've enjoyed the shitlordery on segment 1, I've got some great news for you. Segment 2 will be almost the exact same thing, except instead of cracking the code, it'll be man balls. You're making a big mistake, my friends, my mapaches, my amigos de Guillermo, by listening to episode 101 of the failing trash bit known as ACES Radio.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Now we blasting off into the ozone. The way we kick it in the dojo is local for show. Though we paving the road that's opposed to the dojo. Going over your head like a top hat. Stop that. I know you hear me spitting these hot raps. Now watch that beat, cause it's about to drop. The Rockets is the 09 jump off. Yeah, yo. Last name Pan, first name Peter. I know you see me playing and you want me to teach you, but I say elevated so that all God's creatures can hear me shout it out like my name is Aretha. Getting RESPECT. Fly by, see the looks on your faces. Cause I'm in full EFFECT. Jet setting on a daily basis. Leave it F, man. You don't stop.
union alike, and all you fools listening on your goddamn iPhones. Welcome back to episode 101 of the Trash Pocket known as ACES Radio. My name is Carol Siebel. We are brought to you as always by Blood and Urine. Welcome back to Joby Scrimface, Steps FC, Naked Bottom Bucket Boy Extraordinaire, and Sean Tatar, the Whip Boy. Big shout out to 6'6", who's a lawyer. That's all. Back to you, Darby.
Yeah, he is in fact a lawyer. Actually, I can't confirm. I can confirm he claims to be a lawyer.
Have you ever seen him at the law office?
No.
Of Walsky and Blue?
Not even one time.
Nope. And that they hang out.
I've been to the Lawyer Center a couple times, though.
This week?
Yeah.
Great.
Specifically.
I drove past. I thought I saw your car.
Yeah, it was there. I parked it right out front in the handicap spot.
Right.
I totally got somebody busted for parking in a handicap spot today.
Oop, here we go.
Oh my God, why would you do that to her? You just moved in with her.
It's a good thing she didn't listen to this pile of shit.
Are we talking about Mrs. Scrinface, your secret girlfriend?
No.
Oh, okay.
There was a dude, bro, who parked in a handicap spot.
Their celebrity nickname is Carby.
Yes, I called the cops on myself. Yeah, no.
Hello, it's me calling from my jitterbug. I'm in somewhere where I shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Please send someone.
Okay, Debbie, we know you're lonely. Please stop calling the police office.
All right. Fuck all y'all. Don't hear my great handicap call the cops story.
No, we can take a minute to listen to it. Drabs, go ahead.
I wouldn't feel anything inside a horse, I'm sure.
Jesus Christ, that was the end of that story?
All right.
My
anyway,
God.
Let's talk about Portland.
Moving on. Cruisers FC taking on Portland Timbros last night, my friends. At formation, you're familiar, 4-2-3-1, Zach Stefanet, Jimenez, Sorrow, Abubakar, and Milton Valenzuela across the back. Trapping Artur in the middle, Sanch, Eduardo Sosa, and Nico Hansen so hot right now on the wings and attacking mid, and your boy Patrick Mullins up top. Your subs, Connor Maloney, who still exists, for Fernando Valenzuela in the 62nd minute. Luis Argudo, Spanish for Luis Argudo, came on for Artur, also in the 62nd, and Josh Williams for Pedro Sanch in technically the 63rd. Your cards, Gaston Sorrow picks up a yellow in the 45th, Will Trapp picks up a yellow in the 49th, and Connor Maloney, who still exists as a thing, picks up another yellow in the 85th. Your goal, Nico Hansen, gets us off the schneid in the 7th minute, 1-0 Cruisers FC. David Guzman for Portland levels the score at 1 in the 18th minute for Portland, followed by either Andy Polo or Andy Pollo, depending on if he's Spanish or Venezuelan or American.
Well, there's only one L, so I think it is Polo.
Pollo means chicken in Portuguese.
There's two L's.
Puts Timbros FC up 2-1 in the 37th. Lalas Abubakar with an own goal in the 48th to make it 3-1. Nico Hansen finishes his brace in the 3rd minute of stoppage time at the death, as they say, for the lads in the footy pitch. Get some chalk on your boots, and shout out to Hootie Smurf, 3-2, your final score. Let's start with you, Sean Tatar, because you mentioned it earlier in the program on segment 1. Nico Hansen now 3 starts, 850 minutes, 3 goals, 2 assists.
So
Justin Merman, 3 starts, 286 minutes, 1 goal, 0 assists. And Pedro Sanch, 25 starts, 1,877 minutes, 1 goal, 7 assists. Your thoughts on the Nico Hansen so hot right now experience, my friend?
It's a good performance from him. I'm ready for him to be starting a lot, all the time.
Over Pedro.
Over Pedro, yes. Who I will say, now I can say that we're on to the segment 2 portion of the show.
That's what we call it.
I will give him props now. He is tied for assists on the team. I'm still not impressed by the statistic, but he is tied with Higuain now for 7 assists.
I would like to give
Leads the
Pedro
team.
some props also because he took a corner kick that never went inbounds.
Aw.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, it's still not great, but and you compare it to the rest of the roster, he's doing well. Or okay. So that's a thing. But and like I said, if you eliminate Higuain's 3 penalty kicks, they are exactly statistically the same. 1 goal, 7 assists.
Yes.
So I think you're...
So are you willing to go on the record right now and give the official ACES Radio seal of approval, which only you can give, which I think is bullshit, and I'll talk to Karen about it, see if Darby and I can finally get the seal of approval stamp, on Pedro Sanch going to the bench in favor of Nico Hansen?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Don't give us the answer yet, John. Wait till the drum.
What's the stamp noise?
Nope.
There you go. I stamped it.
Please wait for
Where do
this
I
to
submit
come.
this
Wait,
piece
did
of
you
paper?
just wash your butt
with the stamp?
briefly?
No. Do you see how it was a loud clapping? Like,
Well, I mean,
let me wash my butt and let me show you the difference in the
Okay.
noises.
All right.
Like, here's the stamp.
Okay.
Nope.
Here's the butt washing.
Yeah,
It's very different.
he's right about
It's
that.
very different.
That is
Yeah.
exactly what butt washing
Yeah.
sounds.
I mean,
What
it
is
could just be
this?
an aggressive butt wash.
Oh, well, that's just you doing a weird cheek thing.
Oh, is that me playing with my mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's you playing Red Rocket with Gary.
Oh, that'd be a fun game. He's a baby. Look at that little baby penis. Is what I would say.
There was like a portion where it was always out though.
Yes.
I didn't like being at your house during that.
Dude, when dogs, like, when their dick is out, like, they're conditioned to just not move. Like, because they're peeing, right? Like, his dick was out because of that bandage, and he just stood there like, oh, my fucking God.
like it cuts off all like signal to their legs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, Gary is only 4 inches long, so when his little
Right.
1-inch penis gets engorged, there's no blood for his brain to function.
Yeah. Well, there's really not much of a brain to speak of.
I was gonna say, I don't think that's really taken anything away from the experience of having Gary as a dog.
This morning, Pan was sitting on the couch with me when I was, getting ready to do literally whatever I wanted.
Right. She
and
was like
nothing
about
all
to go to
day.
work, and
Right.
you were just like, "This is where I am
And
now."
I was talking about how I was going to make an omelet because I don't know if I told you this, Sean, but I'm more of an omelet.
Oh,
man
are you
now.
you cook now?
Yeah, I'm an omelet.
You're like,
boy.
I've got time.
Yeah.
But do you put anything
an
in
omelet
your
man.
omelet, given that you hate food?
Yeah, dude, I
We
put
see-
salsa and cheese in it, Drabs.
You
Cheese
put
is fine.
salsa?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
I'm
up.
an
No.
omelet boy.
It's not probably salsa.
That's
It's
right.
probably like
It's tomato sauce.
diced tomatoes, yes, and like nothing else because he probably
I'm an
can't.
omelet man now. Kelly
You
De Niro,
weren't here
boy.
last night. We were
That's
here
right.
last night.
Uh-huh.
We were.
With Ruchinich and Shrek, and he ordered pizza,
That's
and
true.
it like tasted like it might have had some Tabasco sauce
my
on
God,
it. He was like crying.
They poisoned me, John.
He ordered 2 large cheese pizzas, and they both had this weird like Tabasco sauce flavor to them.
And they burned my mouth off.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I can talk today. Frankly,
He was
the whole
sitting there
world is
like
lucky.
painfully eating because you could tell. I knew you were hungry because
Oh,
you were
yeah.
like still eating it.
I was.
but you were bitching the whole time.
Well, because it was hot and it hurt my mouth.
I took the first bite of it and I was like,
He's not going to.
he's not going to be happy about that.
So yeah, no. When a dog penis is exposed, they freeze. And,
So
you
like,
know.
I'm glad that this is the
There
topic
you
of
go.
conversation that Pedro
How-
Sanch leads to.
Yeah, let's be honed. Like,
Talking about
Pedro
dog
Sanch
penis. Speaking
is,
of dog penises,
is the
Pedro
dog
Sanch.
penis of Columbus Crew.
Yeah.
Speaking of dog penises, did you see Pedro last night? he did really averagely.
Oh my
shit.
god, yeah.
how
I
about-
mean, it's great for Nico. I think it's
Yeah.
great. I've been wanting to see him start consistently with some sort of consistency
Yeah.
for like this entire season, and it hasn't ever really happened. I mean, it still hasn't happened. He
So
just
we're
happened to
saying-
start last night, and he got 2 goals.
You want Merrim on one side and Nico
That's
on
the
the other.
that's the pairing I would like to see. We haven't. I don't think we've seen it yet.
Not
Maybe
with
in,
Merrim, no.
maybe in
No.
in some sort of small
Like in a
substitution
sub-capacity,
capacity, but we've never seen those 2 guys start together and go like a good 60 minutes or something.
Nico's got a good nose for the goal. Like that was his finish on the first
Yeah.
goal was a weird angle and a great finish.
It was a great play all around that first goal.
Yeah.
It really was. The leave by Mullins was superb. He baited that defender really well.
Yeah. That's what he's done best this year, Patrick Mullins, is not kick the ball. Didn't he get destroyed in the box on like a Jossie Zardes goal one time?
Yeah,
I wanna
but that's
talk-
the joy of like having them both out there, right? That's what as soon as we played him for that first time,
Yeah.
you could see the intensity of the offense hit like a new gear
Well, I
because
wanna-
there's another person out there now that defenses have to track, and it's great. But he obviously last night didn't do as well when he was alone.
Well, yeah, I want to talk about that because I think Patrick Mullins had the 2 biggest misses of the season.
Oh my god.
The first one Drabs on a Pedro Sanch beautiful cross. The second one with a transition, I guess like chip shot opportunity.
Oh, the one where he just saw Steve Clark and he's like, "There's no way I can miss this," and then he fucking shanked it.
Yeah, 2 goals that would have made that game 3-1.
Oh my god.
And we're talking about a very different outcome. Your thoughts on the Patrick Mullins failure?
Yeah, no, I mean, I know your eyes probably get big as a striker when you're one-on-one with a keeper, but like, just take a touch to the side because
Everything about it was
fucking
wrong.
Steve Clark. Like seriously, you could have kicked it to his feet and he probably would have put it in himself.
I reviewed it this morning. Even if Steve doesn't touch it, it's going out for a
Oh,
a
yeah, that
goal
wasn't
kick. Like it's
even
not on
close.
frame at all.
Yeah.
He went far post with the inside of his left foot, which is like
mean, we probably should have scored 5 goals in that game.
Yeah.
In watching Portland's game against Houston, they got fucking destroyed on set pieces.
Well, the first 20, 30 minutes, we were just like stuffing it down their throats.
Yeah, all over
and
the
I was
place.
just, it was, yeah.
And let's say, I mean, Steve Clark is not a great keeper.
He made some really good saves.
He made some good saves.
Times. That Artur shot.
Yes, he sometimes has really good reactions, but
he's a great reactionary goalkeeper. So
Yeah.
he's in the same vein as Andy Greenbaum. Like those guys, when they don't have to think, are really good.
Yeah, but he also
Positioning
doesn't have the size.
Yeah.
Like he's a small Andy Greenbaum, which means he can be beat, and that's what I watched Houston do all over the place on them on set pieces, and like we just kept kicking it right to Clark on corner kicks and
on
free
set
kicks
plays, yeah.
and like just fucking put it up and make it dangerous for your tall guys. You've got Sorrow in there, like he could make shit happen.
I like Steve Clark. He's a good dude. He's a good dude.
He's one of Portland's best players over the past 3 years.
Boom. Roasted.
I don't know how he comes back from that. Probably with not a
With a
championship.
Shrek and I
with
were
a
wondering.
2-0 record against
Shrek and
the
I were
Crew.
wondering though last night if part of his contract was he got a championship ring. Like I'll take $150,000 a year and a championship ring from 2015.
I'd like a new tent to sleep in, please.
What a douchebag! I hate you. You're a homeless? Is that what we're saying? We don't like the homeless?
I mean,
we get out of my street. What are you sleeping in a tent on my street?
It was a tough game.
I don't like you.
I think Greg did a really poor job this week of managing his players and deciding who to use when. I think he did an awful job, and it was very apparent. I left here after the third goal went. Like when the third goal went in, I grabbed my bag and I left. But
you really did.
I listened to some of it on the drive home, and I heard that he made those 3 subs all at once, and I heard who they were, and I was like, he's given up.
Yeah.
And granted, we got that second goal right there at the end, but those were like throwing in the towel substitutions.
Yeah, and it wound up being such a weird formation where Josh Williams is the third center back, but he's playing almost a forward, like he was getting all the way up. I didn't love the Abubakar and Sorrow pairing because they're both aggressive defenders, and that's not how we play. We normally have like one more conservative guy and one go-getter, and like Mensah, surprisingly, he's become the more conservative sort of emergency defender to complement Abubakar, and instead we had 2 guys who just go balls to the wall, which you need one of those, but you can't have 2.
It was
hot
an
take,
odd.
Jonathan Mensah is the best defender in the league. And hot take.
I mean, best defender on the team, I'll say.
In the league. The best center back in the league,
He's real good. He's real good.
And we always said that he was, and that it was going to be fine. We as ACES
This
Radio.
year, he is good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the back line I thought was very odd. Hector's great, but that was a really awful matchup for him.
Are you talking about the baby Rhino?
Yeah, baby Rhino, as
Baby
evidenced
Rhino.
on that second goal.
Yeah.
When he was running as fast as he could to catch up with that guy, but he just couldn't. He was just not fast enough.
Insane second goal from Portland.
Yeah, and then when he made the pass, the initial pass, Hector stopped running and kind of stood there watching.
Yeah.
And that's really what resulted in that dude being able to continue on and collect the fuck up that he got that little dick header, and then Valenzuela was off balance, and then he still was unmarked, and
Hector spent a lot of time watching balls go into our goal.
It was a bad game for Hector.
Yeah.
And like
got
part
injured.
of it though was like I'm saying, like he wasn't really set up for success. It was not a good matchup. That dude was way faster than him.
Oh, way faster.
Way faster.
And
Hector wasn't even taking a pursuit angle. He was just running as
No,
fast
he was
as
just going a
could.
straight line,
Yeah.
trying to get to the back.
Correct.
Yeah, get back.
And I don't want to shit on him too much because he had some good defensive plays, but it's just when you have, again, you had 2 kind of reckless center backs and then a fullback who hasn't played much, and Valenzuela who did not have his best game either. He got burned a couple of times because he's young. Like it was a recipe for disaster.
I mean, to be honest, I'm really not trying to shit on Hector at all. This is just kind of me continuing saying that I don't think Greg did a good job of putting his guys in a position to win based on the lineups that he trotted out there. I mean, It was. I think this is a week. We got the results that I predicted we would get. I predicted 1 point from these 2 games, and we got it. But it didn't go down the way I thought it did. I thought it would, and I think it went down worse in reality than what I had anticipated in my head. Well, I think that mainly falls on Greg.
I thought it was weird to see Gaston Sorrow going 90 entire minutes on fake turf. He must be
especially riding
stout.
a yellow card for an entire half of a game.
Exactly. So this outcome in Portland just makes the next 2 games, both home matches against Colorado and Philadelphia, absolute must-wins. Let's go around the Latin term for podcast hosts, which is a panel. Get our color impressions of the Portland Thorns game out of the way. Drolby Scrinface, we start with you, my friend.
All right, I'm going red on this one because at the end of that game, I was seeing red. I was totally in John's boat. That was mismanaged by Greg.
Red like the Rose City.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Red like the 3rd jerseys for Portland.
Which are fucking sweet. But I think they have...
But don't have a color that is on...
I think when Portland goes
logo.
with their green tops and white shorts and green socks, it's one of the best looking jersey uniforms in all of
That's
soccer.
not the red ones, though.
I'm just saying.
The red and black jerseys are very nice.
Yeah, they're cool.
I thought whatever they were wearing last night were kind of nice. I don't know what was going on with their
white.
numbers, but they were like this weird plaid thing.
I think they were
thought
like
it looked...
all the colors of the flags of the players or some shit.
No, it was a duotone yellow-green thing.
Oh.
It may have been a pattern of flag.
Naked Bottom Bucket Boy has something to say. What was
here
that?
we go.
They said I couldn't hear him because you played a song.
He said they have something to do with the Pacific Northwest.
Oh,
Thank you for that very insightful.
Regularly scheduled.
Are we going to breaking news?
Yeah, hold on, John.
From Brent?
Here we go. We interrupt this breaking news.
We interrupt the breaking news? We have breaker news.
Breaker, one-niner
Just
for
give me a second.
the
I'm
Bandit.
getting there. You know what? It takes a lot of practice to do this. We interrupt this regularly scheduled Buffalo Bills breaking... Well, you see, I did it.
Yeah, there it
I mean,
is.
you were fine, but then you literally said the word breaking
So
again.
don't say breaking.
No.
All right, we'll do it again.
News that is not breaking.
So actually, I think we did this the other day, remember?
Yeah.
You want to stop
Nah, I
it?
fucked
Can we
it up.
stop it?
Yeah, we stopped.
You don't say what kind of news it is.
Okay, all right.
You just say news.
Yeah, you just say news.
All right, here we
Well,
go.
that's
No,
the wrong song.
one. Okay, here we go. Breaking.
No,
no,
you know,
all right.
you were real close. I heard you. You're like, I know you're new at this.
Just give me 1 second. Here we go.
I'm giving you a lot of seconds.
Here we go. News. It's me. It's Morgan. Breaking
No,
news.
you go to.
we don't do that.
You say news, and then you go to
Oh,
the guy.
look at the sideline. Greg has 3 subs lined up for all of us.
We interrupt this regular.
We bring in Chris, and Brent, and Alex. That'd be great.
Buffalo Bills podcast with a bit of breaking news. We go now live to Drolby Scrinface, who is an old man in danger of heat death. Drabs, back to you.
Yeah, apparently it had something to do with the Pacific Northwest. Thank you, Brent. Yeah.
That's right, Cascadia. Go fuck yourself.
Well, anyways, I
we're a
thought they
bunch of
looked cool.
mountains. Oh,
I
I'm
like
a mountain man. Oh, I'm from the mountains of Oregon. Ooh, look at me. My name is almost Morgan, but it's hold on. We'll get this.
Enjoy my mountain.
We interrupt this
more of a
mountain
hill.
for this breaking news.
I've never been there.
Kind of a plateau.
Enjoy our mountain, bro.
Enjoy this mountain.
Jarby, your color impression?
Oh,
He
red.
said it
I already
already.
said it.
Oh,
Yeah.
red like the Rose City.
Red like boo.
Sean
Red
Tatar,
like boo?
Yeah.
the wetness, the wet boy. Your color impression, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with kind of like maybe like what would this color be like? I can only assume like maybe like a taupe, like kind of like a mix between like brown and green. Like I'm just gonna guess that that's what it is because I'm going with whatever color it is that Hector Jimenez probably vomited up after the game from fucking sprinting his dick off back and forth trying to chase the chicken boy from Portland.
The chicken boy strikes again, as they said on their TiVo.
Mr. Puppy Pants.
So I'm sitting there with Gary this morning, and on our walk, we did not go to the Whetstone Park of Rose, John.
Which one did you go to now?
What
adjective and flower?
We walked on
was it?
Summit, and Gary was like, "What if I stop at every bush and don't pee on it?"
Does he put his leg up though?
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah, my
How could
brother's
you
dog
tell?
does that.
Yeah.
Like, how can you tell if his legs
Is that his penis or his leg? I don't know.
Well, both are so giant. I mean, it's easy to confuse.
It's
them.
weird why you would lie about something that's so easily provable.
What are you talking about? He's my child, and he's fine. He will empty his bladder on like my rose bush, and then once we were on the street, he was like, "Okay, I'll just pretend to piss."
Let me just
You should have left the tomato plants for him to piss on.
I would thank you. I would love that.
At least they would have gotten watered.
That's right. So I says to Pam, "Get those tomato plants out of here, you dirty, dirty slut.
I like how
And
Pam
also
was
said-
like, let me plant these bushes. And then like a week later, you were like, let me rip out these bushes.
That describes their entire relationship pretty much.
So it says to Pam, that's right, Drab's yellow.
Yellow like what again?
Like the
Like Gary's pee on the rose bush, but like not on the other bushes because he's out of pee at that
He's
point.
out of piss. He's completely out of urine. We move on now to man balls, which I remind you is always a combination of man of the match and game balls, which is too long as a term as opposed to this explanation, which is perfectly formed. Drabs, we start with you. Your man balls of the week, my friend.
All right, first man ball, the obvious one goes to Nico Hansen. Good job being the only guy who managed to score in
So
2
hot
games.
right now.
Yeah. Second man ball goes to Steve Clark. As I said on Twitter, that raises his record to 3-0 against the Crew if you include the 2015 MLS Cup.
Steve Clark has successfully beaten us twice this year with 2 different teams.
2 different teams, and he beat us in 2015. Yeah.
I think that I heard on the radio last night, Seeker, somebody say that he tied the record. Like, there was apparently someone else who has beaten a former team with 3 teams. And so now he has tied that record.
Yeah.
God,
so
shout out to the young
they trade
pros.
him to somebody else. He can break that record if they beat him.
Yeah, maybe he can fuck us in the playoffs also.
Yeah, like
wait,
trade
he's
him to
already
like
done that.
San Jose or something.
It sounds
Oh, wait, no, I said in the playoffs. San Jose will not be there.
First, you dirty
No,
man.
not after they got fucked last night.
Oh, you're going to get fucked again, says Steve Clark. Next time, I'm not even taking you out to Chipotle first, Drabs. Even though I'll be hungry and I
He
want.
looks like he's more of a hothead burrito guy.
Oh, yeah. That's why he said he's not
I
going
mean,
to Chipotle.
No, he probably goes to Chipotle and he gets the sofritas.
No one knows what that
Those
means.
are not bad.
You know, by Baxter, I don't speak Spanish. Sean Satar, the wetness, the wet boy. Your man balls of the week, my friend.
Oh, my man balls are... One's going to go to Nico Hansen. Great game last night. My other one's going to go to the collective known as the Crew SC front office ticket rep team for making a lot of what I'm sure were difficult phone calls and emails this week.
Be nice to your ticket reps, not their fault.
Yep.
Or don't be. Or just kill.
Or just don't be an
attack
asshole to them.
No.
You don't have to be nice, but you don't have to be mean.
Call him
Yeah.
and just be like, I hate you. How's it going? Give him a little bit of that. And then,
Call Stacy and say, I'm sorry that you have to deal with Morgan.
And then she'll say, actually, it's not my job anymore. I've passed him on to Brent.
Right.
And Brent will go, when did I
Brent
start
Miller?
working here?
your new ticket rep is T-Bone.
We just hired a homeless person.
They just auto-forward
Just to
all
work
their
for
calls
you.
to 97.1 office.
Yeah.
Like,
God damn it. God damn it. I don't know anything about fucking humans in the Nordic. How dare you? My first man ball of the week goes to the Timbers Army for their Columbus is more than just a memory banner. As always, those rough lads and rough ladettes are some of the top lads of the game today. Thank you, Timbers Army. My second man ball goes to the young pros, John, the young pros here at Endeavor Brewing Company. Like once a month, they'll have the Young Professionals Club, and it's just like a bunch of people in like
Blazers.
Yeah, Blazers walking around going like, did you see this thing on social media? And also, did you work in an office? Because I do. I have LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, great, awesome. Mm-hmm. But it is good. It's good viewing. It's good people watching.
Yeah.
So shout out to the young pros. Want to give them a man ball.
Right,
Also,
specifically Plum Lad.
Plum Lad.
Yeah.
One guy was wearing a blazer, and I just like watch him walk in. I'm like, who's this fucking guy with this purple ass sport coat? And then John walked in, and he's like, do you see this fucking guy with the purple ass sports coat? We were both immediately outraged about this guy who's probably like perfectly harmless and just owns like a plum coat. I said, like, just in case the
Nobody who
Batman
owns a
shows
plum
up.
coat is perfectly
You made a good Joker joke, yeah.
you
Definitely
gotta-
a serial killer.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Marvel man myself. I'm a Marvel man.
You've always said
Superman, Batman,
Right.
Captain.
You'll get a Marvel
Superman-
character eventually
Superboy.
there.
Yeah.
Captain Superman Boy.
Captain
Yeah.
Superboy.
Captain the Boy on the Moon. Why'd you do this, Matt? I can't believe you done it.
Slonimax, you dirty bastard. And that's
You dirty
it.
what?
You dirty bastard.
You dirty bastard.
Apparently the moon is in Kentucky.
I love Cajun Man. He's one of my favorite DC heroes.
His name is Gambit and he's Marvel, John. Go fuck yourself. If you've enjoyed the Shitlordery on segment 2, I've got some great news for you. We're coming back on segment 3 with your hot takes and more. We head to Periscope. The more hearts you give, the closer you get to seeing the last episode ever of the trash pit known as ACES Radio.
Hot, sicker than your average. Down like goose in a smack in the mouth like a match, spitting fuego, homie. It ain't tricking if it's magic illusions. Indubitably juvenile, my crew can do it and we do it well. Rock around the clock all across the nation. Got a lot of sky miles and a reputation of making earthquakes every time we land. Cause stopping ain't an option or a part of the plan. Fools get to feeling while I'm running on jet fuel. Now pay close attention cause I'm ready to let you know what I'm all about, child. I got that style that you come to love. And I'ma stay fly till the day I die. Spitting fresh to death from above. Get it, David F, man. You don't stop. David, you don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, yeah, I'm an ace pilot. Yeah, I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach, yeah, to my first class folks, yeah, we'll show you how to scrape the sky.
Yeah, baby. Ignorance, sluts, shitlords, celebrity fans, and all you fools listening on your iPhones. Welcome back. It's episode 101 of ACES Radio. Not to be confused with section 101 at Mafra Stadium, which is where all the idiots and buttholes are, because everyone hates Crew Union. What a dirty dirtbag thing of butt people with butts. My name is Carol Seaver. Welcome back to the trash pocket known as ACES Radio. You've made a big mistake. Welcome back to Kyle the Possum and Susan the Snake. You're puppets, and everyone hates you and thinks you're stupid. So everyone agrees with me and likes the things that I say is really what's happening here. Brent, did you get your Lowe's thing figured out or what? No, you did not.
It's medical?
Roasted.
What? Oh, it's impossible.
Maybe that's why it's not working out, because Lowe's, he thinks it's a medical place. Why are all these shovels here?
Well, I mean,
getting my
you
feet
could probably
checked out.
perform some medical procedures there. If
You could. You could. You wouldn't want to. And you'd
Well,
hate
no,
to
I don't
see
think
it,
you'd ever want to, but you could.
But Brent might do it. Yeah, Brent might do it.
could
Welcome to all of you who are... isn't there an NFL game going on tonight?
Yeah, the Browns are playing in half an hour.
Who are they playing?
The Jets.
The Jets.
So it's
welcome
like
to all
a battle of incompetence.
Welcome to all the Buffalo Bills fans
You want to
watching.
take a look at that?
No?
Yeah, well, I see that. That's Patrick Jones. I don't like that.
Why is its photo so large?
It's so stupid.
Because it's
because
the
it's
whole
dumb.
website. Yeah.
Because it's a horrible website?
Yeah.
Because it's dumb. And,
I mean, it's Reddit.
And
It's
Patrick
the
Jones
Reddit.
is from the failing mini tailgate. Everyone hates that. Drabs, what if I told you there was a cure for the scourge? That is you people over there in your place in buying tents that get destroyed by weather.
Is it buying better canopies?
That's right, Drabs. They say the only cure for the scourge that is a mini tailgate are hot takes.
Nothing is impossible. Make your dreams come true.
And now, an ACES Radio exclusive. The battle for the grand prize. Hot takes from the masses.
You're not gonna stop there. We got the grand prize.
Hot takes from Twitter.
He's heating up.
Hot takes from you.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, Susan the Snake.
We got the grand prize.
Have you ever fucked a snake? Jesus, Snake.
I don't want that to come back. Wow.
Ever.
Never. No.
You know, now that I think about it, there are more animal characters on Aces Radio than there are human beings.
That's true.
In the world? Or like human beings also on the ACES Radio?
Yeah, human beings who are on like
Aces Radio cast.
There's been a possum, a raccoon.
I'm
an
sorry,
eagle,
a what?
snake,
What is it?
A raccoon.
A raccoon?
Yeah.
Oh, they spelled R-U-H-C?
I'm just going by what that
A
dumbass
raccoon?
says.
What was the other one? What was the last one you said?
A snake.
And then
That's
what was
3.
before that?
Eagle.
An eagle?
Oh, it's me, the Columbus Eagle.
God damn it, I did not see that
How
coming.
did you not? He made you...
It's me, the Columbus Eagle. Welcome back.
Well,
to
no,
ACES.
I don't see the Columbus Eagle here, so I'm not sure where the voice is coming from.
I'm actually flying.
Columbus
But we're
Eagle,
inside.
Eagle. Did you ever get Did you ever get a call from our Eagle visitor, the Columbus Crew Eagle?
Yeah.
First of all, it always
Somebody
makes
wants
me
to smash.
Yeah.
really uncomfortable when the old man looks at me. I feel like
Well,
when
just
he does
don't
to
look.
horses,
Just look over here.
It's going to be me in any minute, John.
I
Totally
It's a pretty
scared.
big leap from horse to bird.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to
small
welcome
leap,
Steps
actually.
FC to the program.
Hello.
Steps FC, welcome to ACES Radio.
Hi,
That's the
Columbus
kind of
Eagle.
thing Morgan would say.
What?
It is.
How
What-
dare you? I gotta
Oh,
go.
my
I'm an
goodness.
eagle.
We're gonna have to
Goodbye.
record all the new intros with the eagle.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Columbus
you're back.
Well, I was here the whole time, John.
Aces
Sometimes you just gotta
Menagerie.
let the lads do the footy pitching.
is what we say with the boots and the chalk on the sidelines.
Oh, yeah, okay, now I get it.
Shout out to the young pros. Good people watching, I'd say.
Are they leaving?
Well, some
most of them have gone.
They got to go home and drink.
They've got to go block somebody
Yeah,
else's
get the
back.
fuck
Drink
out of the hallway.
expensive bourbon.
Drink Red Bull or something.
There's like an entire bar here, and all 35 of them are congregated in the doorway to the bathrooms.
Yeah, they sure are. They sure are. You're like, no, I didn't need to ever pee.
But like, what if you maybe just made eye contact with me and stepped to the side instead of making eye contact and not
Just
moving?
staring at you as you try to get past
Well, I was at the sports coat store last night, and
Literally, piss on them if they won't move.
Before we move to the subreddit known as the
Can't all just
massive,
become sexual
That's what
predators.
Gary
like you,
would do.
okay?
yeah.
Gary
First of all,
would be
don't
on
put those of us who are existing sexual predators out of business. There's only a little bit to go.
You
around.
and your fun van. Right.
Give a big shout out to the young pros. Before we move to the subreddit known as the Massive Lads, I want to go ahead and read the overall standings according to Alex Thomas. Is the only reason people tune in. In first place, Justin Merrim Fax with 18 points, followed in second by Bop It Extreme. Greatly Bad Ideas follows in third place with 12 points, followed by Gregulator 420, and I forgot to delete Bop It Extreme, so all of these numbers are wrong.
How many points does Bop It Extreme have?
Bop It Extreme has 14. I have Bop It Extreme on here twice. Basketball Emoji with 10 points. Darling Thief, what a good lad he is, with 8. Mysterious Beeping Noise with 7. Aces Stefan with 6. Krushmak with 6. Mike Hudson Sucks, Zip 6. Spikehead Linden B, all with 5. Moving the fuck on. Aces Archive, Reckley Commish, Zappalicious, Setting the Table, all with 4. Top Lad Dave, Hudel.
Could you repeat that, please?
Bob. And Older Than Darbs, Ron T, Massive 14, Your Gavin is showing, Columbus Lad, The Ralph Shudell Show, and The Left Hand Clapper, all in 19th place with 3 points. The 2 pointers are as follows. Hi, Darbs. It's Kellyanne. Potatoes! A log jam, Pam, Soapy Butt, Vicious Bike, When Aces Radio Was Good, Morgan's Anal Leakage, Aces Dictionary, Precourt Used Cars, AGS Attack, Sosa's Untapped Account, and the Columbus Crew Eagle. All checking in 28th place with 2 points. The celebrity gagglefuck of human beings is as follows. Pippa Picked Pickled Peppers, Aces Radio, Tiger Beat 96, Spikehead, Ladybird, Eric Bobbitt, and Lovin' Varziha, Skeets McTaz, Darby's Fan Club, Dan Cordamach, DH Goat, Segment 3, Bots Conspiracy, MLS, ATXer, Darbs, Fun Stall for Your Horse, GCG Bag, Tyler, 5th on the Stand, ATX Stadium Parking, none other than Greg's Ass, Drolby, Screen Face, Yoshi Bro, Todrick 33, Frankie Haydock, ATX City Council, Patrick Jones, Morgan, Hughes Facts, Josephine's Mom, Greg Beth, and Justin Merrim. Best of Big Soccer, Things Morgan is good at, Brent's Bucket, but not Brent, BN620, and Hired Ballerina, not spelled how you think it is. All checking in 39th place with a point apiece, bringing up the rear this week, Greg, and getting the bulk. In 70th place with negative 2 points, Bob O'Shaughnessy. We move now to the subreddit known as a Massive Lads, where I remind you, as all of these hot takes are organized automatically by their level of fiery fucking hotness. The first hot take, the most upvoted hot take, comes from Aces Radio, Tiger Beat 96 with 8 points. Quote, Nico Hansen is so hot right now, end quote. Drolby Scrinface, your thoughts?
Can confirm.
Darby, your thoughts?
Still can confirm.
Okay. Darby?
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Can confirm.
Okay. That's right.
Ain't nobody got time
Moving
for
on.
that.
From user Basketball Emoji with 5 points, quote, an old sits in his IBM desktop computer and places his last AOL 1000 hours free CD into the tray. He thinks to himself, what can I get outraged about today? A story about the producers of Mr. Ed commenting on the titular character's sexuality appears. Filmway television. Horses have no sexual orientation. User Token Liberal. What led to BoJack Horseman, a clear horse-human hybrid? Tobey Maguire and Seabiscuit obviously had a thing going on. Warhorse is described as remarkable story, explores the power of love and friendship during a time of war. Black Beauty has a mother, Duchess, and half-brother, Rob Roy, meaning Duchess had multiple sexual partners. And while he is not horse canon, how about Shrek's best friend Donkey boinking a dragon and having multiple donkey kids? If you want to state that Mr. Ed isn't gay, that's your prerogative, but don't give me this horses don't have sexual orientation bullshit. Hashtag Triple Crown winners, Darby Schnarr fucks horses. Hashtag that's the word on the street. Hashtag Urban Dictionary Seabiscuit. Hashtag Kellyanne is Dribbly's Seabiscuit. End quote.
Awesome.
Sweet monkey balls. Steps FC, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, the faux outrage is the most 2018, I think, outtake we've had so far.
Token
liberal. There's a pretty big flaw in there that we all know that Shrek's best friend is Greg Berhalter, not a donkey. So that part
goddamn
didn't really make any
motherfucking
sense.
dare you!
Hashtag not all Shreks.
That's his Me Too moment.
Moving on from user Morgan's Bad Ideas with 2 points. Quote, maybe I'll buy some podcast equipment and invite Zadar over Thursday night. Thursday night is pizza night, and everyone knows Pan makes the best pizza. End quote. Sean Sitar, your thoughts?
That was I remember all of that, except for the part where Pam made good pizza.
She can't even heat pizza up good. Like she's like,
I've been over there before where there were like dishes, and she was like telling me about something that she cooked, but I've never actually seen her cook.
Well,
or eaten anything she cooked.
Her whole family,
but she says she can do it.
Oh yeah, like her twin brother is like an executive chef. Like their whole family is just like supremely talented culinary artists. But
wait, now which one is her twin brother again?
Greg.
Okay, yeah.
But Pam is like
the one that was born the same time as her.
Well, right, but then they're not obviously identical twins, Darby. So neither of them.
I didn't say they were identical.
I don't know.
They were born at the same time.
I don't know which one. Okay, well, looking at them, I don't know which one was born at the same time as Pam.
Ask them.
Pan was.
Was it the one that was really wanting me to do coke?
It was not.
Wow.
Moving the fuck on from user Justin Merrim Facts with 3 points. Quote, Justin Merrim doesn't criticize his co-host for who they give their blood points to. He is respectful of his friends' decisions. Justin Merrim has a garage big enough for 2 cars and TiVo. Justin Merrim doesn't make diagrams showing his strength. People are aware of his strength and recognize it accordingly. End quote. Everyone hates this account. Darby Schnarfus, your thoughts?
I don't hate it.
I don't think we have it on record that you've made a diagram of your strength.
Alex Thomas perhaps did. Tune into the weather report to find out. We have a hashtag from the Peanut Gallery. Nope. Brent lowered it before I could read it.
Brent has written something on it, but now he's too ashamed to show it, apparently.
It just says Justin Merrim Facts. Good for you, buddy.
He's keeping up.
I'm listening. Moving on from user Aces Archive with 3 points. Quote, Greg and Tony Aces sit silent and alone in a humble dwelling deep under the surface of Mafre Stadium, lit only by the light of a small fire made from old Columbus Cruisers posters and the head of Crew Cat. They hear an unexpected knock on the door and open it to reveal their sweating and out-of-breath servant, Angela Porter. Angela, sir, I have something to tell you. Tony, sorry, Angela, just not really in the mood for a hashtag foot job today. Angela, no, sir, it's the Galaxy. They've convinced Landon Donovan to come out of retirement. Taken aback, Tony dismisses Miss Porter and returns to his seat, unable to process this new information. Greg, you know we still got those Garber bucks from the Kamara trade. Tony contemplates for a moment before turning to Greg and saying, you have my permission. Greg gazes into Tony's eyes and shifts his gaze to the fire before reaching for his phone. Dials. Greg. Hello, Mrs. Mendoza is on dress home. Hashtag Throwback Thursday. End quote. Steps FC, your thoughts?
I mean, it was a hot take. That's
Steps
about
FC, your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know.
Steps FC.
I'm literally beyond words
Steps
on that.
FC.
It's not that funny.
It was a surprising but completely expected turn of events that Greg Benson would be in an underground lair with Anthony Precourt.
Oh, look who it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my
Joe
God,
Rogers, who
Joe
continues to
Rogers.
do anything and anyone to save
What are
the
you guys?
crew. Oh,
you
what
guys
a treat.
both have.
Did you bring us cookies?
Big boxes of something. Somewhere else. Moving on from user Aces Radio Movie Quotes with 2 points. Quote, tonight at Endeavor, everyone gets laid. End quote.
Just as Joe Rogers showed up.
Quote from Joe Rogers, anything and anyone. Actually, we do have a quote from Joe Rogers if you want to hear this in 3, 2, 1.
So how about I come over there and go to town on your money and on your ass?
God damn, Jesus Christ. She's a fucking legend. Darby Schnarfus, your thoughts?
Can confirm she is a legend.
Moving on from user the left-hand clapper with 2 points. Quote, TV news plays in the background. This is one of the wettest wet boys we've ever seen from the standpoint of wetness. Rarely have we had a wetness experience like it, and it clearly is not good. We are recommending everyone get the wetness its room according to its strength. Megan's shoes taking a drag off a cigarette. I just don't get it. Derby Horseface sipping a triple-hopped double-decker single-malt IPA. I know. Megan, I mean, why won't they just let the puppets fuck? End quote. Whack.
Yeah, pretty much. I like you being Megan now, though.
Who was that from? That was from the left-hand clapper?
I'll give you one guess.
Left-hand clapper. Is that who it's from?
The person who's behind that.
He knows the left-hand clapper.
I may have made that name up this morning. Not that, but the Megan Shoes thing.
Was it you?
No. I was in a DM to someone, though.
You guys in your goddamn secret hot take DMs on Twitter. I don't like it, and I'm going to go ahead and have to outlaw it. I'm sorry. You know?
I'm sure they'll definitely
I love how you
stop.
think anybody listens to
sure
you
they'll
at all
definitely
ever
stop.
in any
Good
context.
news, guys. I've outlawed it.
Again, this is a Make-A-Wish for
Great news.
Thank
this
you.
won't be happening
Is there anything
anymore.
else you'd like to outlaw, Morgan?
Well,
While we're at it, you've got so much power and strength.
First of all, I'd like to
that
thank
when you outlaw something,
pillar of the community.
I'd like
everyone
to thank myself
listens.
for being like.
Well, that's not
praisable.
what
Morgan,
we're doing. We're not
I'd
doing
like to
that
thank
right now.
myself for being
That's
praisable.
Does your own dog still piss inside the house?
Oh, you got.
probably not.
You hate to see the lack of respect.
He probably doesn't anymore. It's probably cured.
Looks him in the eye when he does it.
Today probably was the last day.
We're on a 12-hour break.
Moving on from user Salad Croutons with 2 points. Quote, Crew Cat unlocked from her cage for the mascot match, roams the offices at Black and Gold Boulevard, puff chest. She strides with an embrace for the day that only confinement can catalyze. I can read. Welcome back, Crew Cat. They let me out of my crate, too. Rose a voice over the cubicles. Thanks, Mike Lapper. Meow. Great to see an old friend. Meow. Exclaimed Crew Cat on the way to the break room. Steaming her milk, Crew Cat heard a whimper from the corner. Who's that? Meow. Crew Cat stated firmly. SC stood up, wiping the tears from his eyes to say, now that you have returned and Anthony Precourt is never coming back, my days are numbered. Meow. The SC name will be dropped when Morgan Hughes saves the crew. Oh, blessed. Meow. I will be turned into AstroTurf for an expansion MLS team. Meow, sniffle. Meow, sniffle. Crew Cat embraced SC and comforted him with a gentle meow, meow, SC. Your mother would never let that happen. That's right, SC. I'm your mother. Where else do you think the C in your name comes from? SC, grappling with the magnitude of the moment, asked, meow, whimper, meow, whimper. Does the S come from my father's name? Yes, it does, SC. Meow. Yes, it does. Meow. His last name, to be precise, meow. Normally, he is all about the horses, but I was a rebound. I guess holy meow Tremoni was out of the question. Indeed, says Crew Cat as she embraces her son another time. End quote. Drolby Scrinface, your thoughts?
Is it weird that at least I'm glad it's not about horses?
It went away. I was not expecting.
No, that was a great turn. That was fantastic.
Thanks, I guess.
It's an origin story.
I had an idea of where the story was going,
Yeah.
and it did not end up there. It did not. No. Moving on from user Arby's official with 2 points, quote, Dear Communications Officer of ACES Radio, we received your recent voicemail. Unfortunately, the message was somewhat garbled. We attempted to send you a DM on Twitter. We got back an automated response that said, John Zadad does not respond to messages. We also sent an email to team@savethecrew.com, which came back with an odd response about horses, so we assume we have your email address wrong. We would like to discuss with you a partnership between ACES Radio and Arby's Restaurant Group. We do have concerns about content and need to work out some details. Please contact Derek.
From the grave.
At 678-514-4100, extension 276. Thanks. Arby's Restaurant Group. We have the meats. 1155 Perimeter Center West, Suite 1200, Atlanta, Georgia, 30338, United States. End quote.
John
Zadar, your
has
thoughts?
coughed into the microphone.
I'm shocked to hear from Derek, but I'm pleased that he's doing so well.
I kind of want you to call extension 276 right now.
Oh, we can do that. You got to fill time, though, Drabs.
Okay.
Hold on, let me give you your thing.
I had kind of just assumed that Derek had gone on like a Bruce Wayne type, like soul-seeking
You better
mission.
stop him from talking about this. I'm trying to open up applications.
Where like, you know, I mean, like Bruce Wayne's parents
would I
are
stop
dead.
him?
Morgan and Pam, as parents, are basically dead because
They're
so
emotionally
negligent,
dead.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
So
never
like,
emotionally alive.
assumed he just like had gone into the like mountains of wherever and been training at some temple.
Yeah.
And now he's returned
How dare
to
you, Sean.
The mountains of what?
be CEO of Arby's.
Fucking dare you. All right, so what is
He's training under Roz Arby.
Does someone have
was
does someone
good.
have
That
it
was
pulled
good.
up?
Yeah, you need the number?
Yeah.
It's 678-514-4100.
I like those tones.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, that sounds like
Well,
that.
you didn't do
I-
it. You had no
Thank you
hand
so
in them.
much.
Thank you for calling the Arby's Restaurant Group Support Center. Our office is currently closed.
They must fucking
Our
hate
office
us.
hours are Monday through
They're
Friday,
about to.
8:30 a.m. to
Second
5
phone call
p.m.
in a
Eastern
week.
Standard Time.
276.
If you're calling about a W-2, The W2 hotline number is
calling about W2.
514.
Y'all want
I do
some
want to
sweet
call the
tea?
W2 hotline at some point.
Be quiet and listen up,
If
you
you're calling about
bastards.
a
If you're
payment
calling about
line,
W2.
The number to call is 678.
Oh my God! I almost had beer come out of my nose.
6822. If you would like to speak to an Arby's customer support team member to
you
tell
got
us
that?
about
I bet
a
this lady's
recent
name is
Arby's
Darlene.
experience,
She
please dial
probably makes a mean
4155 now,
cookie.
and your call will
Carol
be routed
Ann.
to the next
Yeah.
available team member. If you know
Betty.
your party's
Here
four-digit
we go.
extension
it's a
four-digit.
and would like to
Shit.
leave a
Is that a
message,
zero?
please dial it now.
All right, we'll do
To reach our
Zero
dial
and then
by
the
name
3.
option,
Right?
press
I don't
1
know.
now.
Did you add a 0 or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the beginning or the end?
The end.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Oh.
Please try again. Thank you for calling the
No.
Arby's Restaurant
Just
Group.
do it now. Just type it in.
There we go.
Maybe search by name and see if there's a Derek.
You only did 2.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't get that.
Fuck. You only
Please
did
try
2.
again.
All right.
Thank you for calling.
Oh, now we're just in like a general
Hello.
mailbox.
Hello.
Hey, it's us. We're the guys here at ACES Radio. We got your message on Reddit, on our hot takes thread, which is we know how you guys reach out to most of your sponsors.
That's exactly it.
Great news. We absolutely will take you up on your offer to be sponsored by you. We hope that you don't, you aren't like you don't have to be the only one because Blood and Urine have been very good to us. Again, my name is Carol Seaver. Please call us back at 614-281-8211. And we will go ahead and just like have a conversation. So, you know,
Like a human one.
yeah,
And
I
also-
love human conversations.
Let's also point out that we have one of your biggest fans. We have a huge
What do
roast
you mean we
beef
have him?
aficionado.
we have him.
Like, where do we have him?
He's locked in the
check,
basement.
Check between Morgan's thighs.
Please don't do that.
What?
It's getting inappropriate now.
Andrew, you're
I mean,
very
we're right
warm.
here. Can you just like spread them
You're
a
in a
little
warm
bit?
spot
You're in a warm spot.
with Callista Flockhart. What did they say in Wayne's World?
Andrew, on a scale of 1 to 10, how damp are you? Bucket boy?
Yeah, Bucket Boy's down there too. Anyway, so thanks, Arby's.
must be
Hashtag
full.
we've got the meats. And we've got the meat enthusiast, and he's locked up, and you better call us back because we things could happen. Who knows? Again, it's Carol Seaver. Call me 614-281-8211. Also, Jim Ganal. Goodbye. All right, so,
Wow.
hopefully that is great and fine.
We should probably just call that every week now.
yeah, definitely at this point.
If we leave enough voicemails for people throughout the company, eventually
Somebody is gonna call
they
us
will
back.
do something.
Hey, who authorized a sponsorship for these guys?
Do you remember in Shawshank Redemption where like Andy sent letters every week to the
Absolutely, I
legislature until they gave him $500, and then he sent like 5 letters a week
Yeah.
after that?
Yeah.
Like they're gonna send us a gift certificate for roast beef sandwiches, and then the entire podcast will just be us calling.
Like I always say, get busy living or get busy dying.
That's
Which
goddamn
is something
right.
that I said first, and I'm the one who came up with it. And shout out to myself.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Moving on. As I burp in the middle of moving on. From user Best of Big Soccer with 3 points, quote, Gerg is 0-0-1 in the mustache era, end quote. Drolby Screenface, your thoughts?
I mean,
What's the mustache era?
Greg has
some
a
people
mustache
were
now.
saying that he was growing.
Greg
mustache.
Berhalter?
Yeah,
Yes, he 100%
I didn't
is,
see
and
it.
it's fucking awesome.
Looks like he. I mean, he just has forgotten to shave for a couple of weeks. But I
I was
don't
gonna
think
say
he's
they
going
went
for
on a
mustache.
2-game road stretch. Maybe he forgot.
Yeah, he was like, I don't want to pay $10 for a hotel razor. So,
But how do you forget to not shave just that part?
pretty easily, apparently. I mean, you just got a lot of...
I mean, a lot of people just kind of suck at growing facial hair, so maybe that's just like
I
kind
don't
of
know
where it
about
comes
that.
in.
I don't know why
Half
we
of
should
this
just
room.
judge people that can't grow facial hair. I mean, those are probably humans.
A lot of I mean, I'm sure they're fine humans, but they're
Yeah,
definitely
they
some
really
of the
are.
weakest men.
Well, I don't know about that.
definitely.
I wouldn't say that that's necessarily true.
Like
as much as
everyone
it's
I've come across
false.
is like, he's like, I hate to break it to you, but I can't grow facial hair in a good way.
People-
and I'm like, arm wrestle me,
would ask them,
and they lose every time.
what are your
Oh my
biggest
God, I
weaknesses?
wanna
And
see
they would
that
say
so
not
much.
the chest muscles. Or the
What if we arm
muscles.
wrestled? Are you a hairsman?
Are you talking about Joe? Because she can't grow facial
Joe
hair either.
looks like she could pull in a pretty thick beard if she wanted to.
If she
Also,
wanted
she
to,
would
like, she
100%
just decided
She's
to.
Morgan
choosing
in
not
arm
to.
wrestling.
Yeah, she's just like. Shout out to Joe Roger.
Thank you. I'm so glad you love this show.
Joe, would you agree to arm wrestle Morgan on the air, please?
Know that I have one of
Please.
the strongest arms in the game today.
Jesus,
One
looks
of
like
them.
one big wrist.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this arm.
I like to think that like
It's like a cankle attached to his shoulder.
How dare you, Drubs? How dare you? No one thinks that's funny. I can't believe I laughed about that. Moving on from user
There's no
Greeley.
elbow. It just goes straight from shoulder to wrist. Like, there's no,
I'm like a drawing of a guy. I'm like a middle school art drawing.
Yeah.
From user Greeley Bad Ideas with 2 points, quote, I would like to get some rational, thoughtful perspectives on a topic relating to Major League Soccer. I'm in need of a forum where folks aren't incredibly cranky and won't make fun of my thoughts or lash out at me personally. I'm a tender daisy. What should I do? Dave briefly thinks, toots a tickly heater out of his butthole.
Ew. Tickly heater? Ugh.
That's a Reddit username.
Like a tickly heater involves physical matter too, right? Like a little bit of it. Just like
Dave briefly thinks, toots a tickly heater out of his butthole.
like it's a step before a shark. Like
I know. I'll make an anonymous profile and go on Big Soccer. End quote. Steps FC, your thoughts.
I mean, I'm still caught up on this tickly heater business. Yeah. There are a lot of shitholes on Big Soccer, though. So shout out to all the shitholes.
That's where tickly heaters come from.
Yeah,
So
that's where they're born, I guess.
Hashtag that's the joke. Moving on from
Speaking
user...
of things that Joe Rogers is good at, I bet she could pop off a good tickly heater.
She could
Scott, do you care to
tickly
comment?
heater.
Big old thumbs up on that one.
Oh, my God.
There was a thumbs up there for all you
What
fools
the fuck did
listening.
you throw in? She destroyed your dry erase board.
She's throwing shit. Oh, she's throwing ducks.
Oh.
What?
What noise do those make again?
Oh, what's that, John? The duck? I know how those work. Give me a second here to scroll up to the duck noise. There it is.
I can't believe she threw the Bills duck at me.
Interestingly, she went wide right with it.
Oh, my fucking God. I don't know how Kip Lexner comes back from that. Moving on from
Probably
user
O2.
Fishbert with 1 point, quote, hashtag, end quote. John, what are your thoughts?
The best way to come back from a Buffalo Bills loss is to retire at halftime.
Oh, my God. That was so amazing.
Moving on from user Bop It Extreme. Welcome back. Yes. Good lad. Ray. Who has the following to say in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, Mr. Hughes. Thank you for taking time to come interview with us here at Build-A-Bear in Easton. We just have a few questions for you. We'll pretty much hire anybody, so just don't mess this up.
Okay, I'm not as good at answering questions as John
You're
and
a lot
Dobby,
louder.
but I will try. Did I mention I dropped out of Columbus State?
Not sure why you'd volunteer that information, but anyway, our first question is, what would you consider your strengths?
I know what vlog means. I record long intros nobody likes. I'm good at photoshopping Brockle snare into things. My butt is very clean. I'm very easy to defend in basketball. I can dance fight even though I always lose. I have a fun van, and I also produce the Dave Greeley Show poorly.
Thank you for trying your best to answer that. What about your weaknesses?
Oh yes,
None.
I'm very weak. My biggest areas of weakness are my legs, arms, chest, shoulders, buttocks,
your
abs,
arm
and back.
kegels.
Basically, I'm very weak and frail like an old man. I do not have the strength of the younger and more handsome Darby.
Yes.
Darby is so strong because he has to carry me on every episode of my poorly run podcast.
That isn't really what we meant, but based on your appearance, the response is accurate. Next question. What accomplishment are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of what John and Darby do, which is why I take credit for whatever they accomplish. When can I start? I'm anxious to see the kids, get paid.
Morgan, that isn't how this works. We are going to have to ask you to leave. We would say we'll let you know soon, but we feel comfortable just telling you no. Please don't come back here. We are going to hire that nice maroon boy who just moved back to Columbus.
The nice what boy?
I don't know.
I didn't hear it.
Maroon boy?
The maroon boy? Plum jacket lad?
Is that what
That's what he's networking for.
Unbelievable. Darby Schnarvis, your thoughts?
Somebody's getting blood points.
Oh, don't decide. That's unfair to people like Ron T., who's up next with 1 point, quote, many, I'll edit that out. Many may not know this, but I'm a trained historian by trade. I went through some archives and found the senior yearbook quotes from our beloved ACES radio host. Morgan, be very careful about your cape. Don't use it for sexual hijinks. It can get ugly, trust me. Also, be careful when flushing. John, that teabag was actually better the second time around, is what you said.
What?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
Darby, a bunch of hieroglyphics. And that's it, end quote. Sean Satar, your thoughts?
I don't really understand mine.
Teabag was better the second, because, like, with the balls in your face, you got bald.
Okay. Like, my balls were in their face?
Probably, yes.
Okay.
Probably.
Is this actually Mike Hudson? That's the only thing that makes sense.
It sucks.
He certainly does. Moving on from user setting the table, a.k.a. the shitlord known as Darren with 1 point quote. Thanks to everyone for the warm welcome last week when I came up to visit Columbus for ACES 100. Here are some things I learned being at ACES Radio in person. The front room in Endeavor is a lot smaller than it looks on Periscope. Morgan did not smell great, but didn't smell necessarily bad either. Plus, he didn't have the fun van parked on the street I'd heard about, despite the fact he was wearing a trucker hat and is supposed to be great with kids. Sean Satar likes to wear sweaters from the late 1980s in sweltering heat and humidity, and he enjoys snorting powdered sugar. Arby's has some really kick-ass stationery. I didn't see any horse trailer or Darby's horse at Endeavor like I was expecting, but the human-sized Eagle Courier service was a nice consolation. Also, Darby is really old. When he farted, dust came out. Hashtag YDZ. What the fuck? YDZ? What does it mean? Steps FC.
I thought it was great that he made the trip.
What a crazy bastard Darren is. Like,
and drove back that same night.
It was like a 5-hour drive.
His kid had like a swim practice at 5 a.m. or some bullshit.
Cool.
Like,
Jeez, for this trash fire,
I'd have taken the rest of the week off.
I said to Darren, like, I can't imagine what it's like being a parent of like a kid who's good at sports. Well, I mean, like, you know,
clearly, your parents had no
because
idea.
I was a child that was great at sports.
It's weird because we were just here with your dad last night, and he wouldn't admit
was like,
that you were good at basketball, even though you kept trying to get him to do it.
When my dad will barely admit that Morgan
he
is his
did
kid.
tell me like 1,800 times that he loves this boy.
He did say that. He says that a lot. You tell my boy I love him.
Yeah.
Like when Pam and I are leaving his house after dinner, he'll be like, Pam, come here. You tell my boy that I love him.
Yeah, he said that when you went inside to get more beers. He's like, it's been a great night. I love that kid a lot.
I love that boy.
I love him so much.
Like, fuck you. You tell me you love me, Dad.
I assume you do.
That explains so much.
He's your son. He came out of your butt.
Hey,
Like,
come here. Hey, come here, friend that I just met at my son's wedding. You tell that boy that I love him. Okay, John, I'll get right on that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Moving on from user Gregulator 420 with 2 points. Quote, happy belated 100 shitlords. Not you, Dribbly. You only wish you were that young. What? However, last episode was the last straw. You replaced me with a snock? I mean, a gross-ass adult in a bird costume is one thing, but a bloody snock? How dare you? End quote. Greg Benson has been deported, is what I meant to press. Pretend that was...
Greg Benson has been
Darby Sharp's your
deported.
thoughts.
I mean, it's pretty even trade, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Susan Snake, Greg Benson, they're both caricatures of what they actually are.
That's true. What about this drop? Remember this drop right here that I'm about to play as soon as I find it? Remember that one? Remember this?
Yeah.
Greg is a racist?
Yeah, but only towards white people.
I poop on children.
Let me smash.
Moving on from user Portland Uber 614 with score hidden. Quote, hello, this is Portland Uber driver Willow Sunflower. I was privileged to take some of your rough lads on a tour of Portland this week. However, I am trying to receive payment for a passenger by the name of Anthony Precourt. He had me take him on an authentically Austin tour of Portland to decide what type of Portland landmarks would look good in his new dump site. After we watched 3 hipster hobos, we really can't tell the difference here anymore, fuck on a mountain of unicycles. Tony suggested we travel out to the coast for some Tillamook cookies and some delicious queso. I was skeptical, but he assured me of his intentions to pay me when were true, and his business metrics made the drive a good idea. After the trip, he handed me a card that just said ACES. He said his very wealthy and definitely not employed friend Morgan would pay for this bullshit. Could someone please call me? End quote.
I'm sorry, could she please call me?
Could someone please call me?
Could she please call me?
That's
Someone
what I say.
please call me. End quote.
Please call me.
Sean Satar, your thoughts?
Come on, Megan.
I think that last part says that it wants a woman to call him.
John Satar, your thoughts about that?
Like it says,
John
like
Zadar
she.
has coughed into the microphone.
Moving The fuck on from user AGS Attack. Last hot take of the night with -8 points, as is tradition. Quote, guys, I've been rethinking this whole hashtag save the crew thing. Obviously not the actual saving the crew part, because that's awesome. But the approach. Have we tried asking nicely? No. Well, here's my overture to old Tony Boy. And then he quotes...
Didn't we open the show with him calling him a fuckboy or something?
Dude, he's in a really progressive state of making stuff right now, so this is also a song.
Hey boy, it's me, ACES Attack. I know you're scared and you're hurt and you're confused and you don't know what's going on and all these people in Columbus being really mean to you and calling you bad names. They're trying to say what you can do with your team, that you invest and operate but don't know. Well, here's a song for you.
Hello, Tony boy. You know what to do.
It's good so far.
Give us
Who's singing?
ACES Attack.
Not 100% awfully.
It's not terrible. It does not suck.
I don't like it, but I don't hate
it. Give it time.
I'm better than you. So ACES boy.
Lost it there a little bit.
Sell the crew.
Yeah.
Snapbacks, Boss Jack, getting fucked up on Sazerac. Yeah, you got a coupe, it's a Cadillac. Lowe's getting tasting on ACES Attack. What about the crew? Yeah, I'm getting to that. The crew in Columbus is where it's at.
Tony boy, you know what to do.
Hey, was that you?
I'm not so sure he does.
That dog noise was in the track?
No. Was R. Kelly somewhere in the background?
So are you.
Yo, bitch.
Promise to try to stop chanting fuck you.
I don't know about that
so
one.
ACES boy, sell the crew.
Sell it, bitch.
This is like a Drake song.
Welcome into the 11 Dubcast presented by the Dry Goods Store at 11warriors.com. I am Bo Bishop, Johnny Ginter on the other end. Ohio State,
here?
awfully impressive on a Saturday night.
Well, we may as well
down
let
in
this
the
go.
Dallas-Fort Worth area.
I agree.
And of course, we will
Thank you for
discuss
tuning
that
into the
with
Buckeye Hour.
97.1 The Fan and former Buckeye and Cowboys
T-Bone
linebacker on
somewhere?
a little bit later as well. But we start with
another window?
Urban
Guys, let this
Meyer
go.
reinstated and back at Ohio
Is this
State.
T-Bone?
No, I'm done with this. Now, of course, since he's a heartless snack and it's possible that this will just harden his hatred of everything us. I also wrote this backup diss track inspired by the MGK Eminem
Sorry, are
feud.
we going to have to listen to two songs in one hot take?
Well, it's the song that was the intro, so no, we will not listen to it again. Bottom line, expect the crew to be saved by mid-October, end quote. Darby Schnarfus, your thoughts?
Sounds like somebody has some insider information.
And what do you think about that?
I mean, maybe he could end this whole thing by just serenading Precourt until he goes away or dies.
You get.
It wouldn't take
until
long.
Precourt goes away and dies,
Yeah.
or until Precourt goes away and AGS Tag dies?
How about
one.
both?
Both?
I like the second one because it gets rid of both of them.
That is the last hot take of the night.
Oh,
True
okay, thank
lads.
you. Greg Benson, what the fuck?
Hello, mates.
Wait, I thought that was Sean Kelly. I couldn't tell it.
Back to myself. We have blood points to give away. Drolby Screenface, we start with you. Your blood points go to the following users, my friend.
As you might expect, my first blood point goes to Bop It Extreme.
Bitch.
Another
Everyone hates
masterful work.
No.
Well done.
What was that one?
That was Bop It Extreme, the audio with the interview at Easton.
The fake news of me interviewing
Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear.
Oh,
You
that
can't
was a
prove
good
that's
one.
fake.
Yeah.
That was a good
Everyone
one.
knows Greg would have interviewed me. So,
And my second blood point goes to Greeley Bad Ideas. It was short. We got the tickly heater, but not Joe's tickly heater, thankfully. And a good big soccer roast. I always love those.
Yes.
Love it. Steps FC.
I think in no particular order, Bop It Extreme because every week they're amazing.
Everyone hates that.
No, it's fucking fantastic.
No.
And I think my second one's going to go to Salad Croutons, just for the
Welcome to the
fucking
gaggle
twist
club.
at the end there.
Yeah.
That was good.
Sean Sitar.
Yeah, I didn't remember any of them. I
why
like
you write
the
'em
cat
down.
one. What was the cat one?
That was the Croutons.
Okay, the crouton one, and then I liked the job interview one.
So Bop It Extreme.
Bitch.
Bob Extreme.
Bitch. You're a bitch.
Hashtag
Everyone hates
Morgan's
you.
Build-A-Boy.
Studio audience blood points in child handwriting. Justin Marum Fax and Bop It Extreme. Go fuck yourself. My first blood point goes to AGS Attack because why not? He is in a creative period right now, and he's making good stuff. Hey, queso boy, is what he said. My second blood point and final blood point goes to Ron T., his rapping partner. For the Drolby Scrinface things, it was like you're old and you're a hieroglyph man, and you do hieroglyphs, and that's the end of the battle for the grand prize for this edition, my friends. Great.
And you already know, so let your head nod throughout the outro. Now as the curtains close and it's time to go, will the beast almost out like a manifesto? So let's make a toast to all the friends and fam.
Very long outro, John.
Since we started the jam, and to
It'd be a shame if someone talked over it.
Please don't talk over this.
better recognize salty eyes ain't a thing, cause we realize that when we doing what we love, that's the grand prize.
Oh yeah, baby, no you can't, Walter. You're Susan the Snake and you're dead. Susan the Snake ate Walter. You hate to see it.
And took on all of the personality traits.
No, please no.
So now it's
What are they
Susan
saying
Alter.
on Periscope, John?
What?
So what are they saying on Periscope?
No
I
one's
don't
saying
know,
anything.
nor do I care.
Hello to everyone on Periscope. A reminder, the more hearts you give, the closer you see to get to seeing John Zadar's perfectly formed genitals. So send those hearts in, and we will send Sean Zadar's penis back. It's a in
a box.
That's a bad deal if I've ever
What's
seen
in the
one
box,
before.
man?
If you tune into this thing, what's it called?
A phone?
Periscope?
A
Periscope?
phone, yeah.
Like late at night sometimes, you just get like a real weird close-up of like, what are they called? Hot ticklers?
Oh, really bad.
Tickly
idea.
heaters, I believe.
Tickly heaters.
We have score predictions to update. Last week, Cruisers FC taking on, since we last recorded, actually 2 games, FC Dallas and Portland Timbers FC. The guests, a.k.a. I don't remember who, said it was going to be a 1-2 loss to FC Dallas. That was not true. Hell no. It was a 0-0 tie. The guests get 0 points. May God have mercy on their souls. I believe it was Nate Beckman. Sean Satar, the wet boy, you said it was going to be a 1-3 loss to FC Dallas. Nah, bitch. Nah. It was a 0-0 tie. You get 0 points. May God have mercy on your soul. Drolby Scrinface, everyone's favorite ancient ruin, you said it was going to be a 1-2 loss for Cruisers FC. Nah. It was a 0-0 tie. You get 0 points. May God have mercy on your soul. Morgan Hughes continuing champion. Number 1, Hansy boy. Smells great with kids. You said it was going to be a 0-1 loss, and while that was certainly very close to being true, it was actually a 0-0 tie. You get 500 points?
That's not how that works.
Okay, 0 points. God mercy soul. Moving on to the Portland Timbers game from last night, lads. The guest, a.k.a. Nate Beckman, a.k.a. Solana X. You said it was going to be a 1-1 tie. Nope, that wasn't true. It was a 2-3 loss. The guests get 0 points. May God have mercy on their souls. Sean Satar, the wetness, the wet boy, absentee amateur artist extraordinaire. You said it was going to be a 1-1 tie. Nah. That was not true. It was a 2-3 loss. 0 points, God, mercy, and soul. Drolby Scrinface. You said it was going to be a 2-1 win for some reason. Nah, that wasn't true either. It was
I got the 2 goals right.
2-3 loss. You get 0 points. May God have mercy on your soul. Morgan Hughes. You said it was going to be a 1-3 loss. And while that was true,
How did you
for
feel
literally
at
every second
the
except the last
minute
second
of the game?
the fucking last thing that happened in that game was a Nico Hansen goal to not make it 1-3,
Yeah.
to make it 2-3.
Yeah. Did you like that?
I
Did it
didn't
feel
like
good?
it. Drabs, it meant nothing. It was a nothing goal, and it just screwed me out of points, you dirty dirtbag.
And the team still lost.
And the team still lost. What a double kick in the genitals. You said it was going to be a 1-3 loss, and while that was true for the entire fucking game, except for the last goddamn moment of the thing, it was actually a 2-3 loss. You get 5 points, may God have mercy on your soul. Moving on to the overall standings in last place. Whoop, I pressed that too early. In last place. The guest,
Morgan
a.k.a.
Hughes has pressed an incorrect button.
A.k.a. Alex Stanek and Alex Thomas, 75 points. In third place. Sean Satar, the wetness, the wet boy, 85 points. You are also not in first place. In second place. A distant second, getting ever further, more further away from first place. In second place, what a lot of people will call the first failure. Number 1 failing boy, Drolby Scrinface. 90 points. In first place. A more distant first than ever before, and I do mean that because of the points that I got this week. Mostly the 5 of them that should have been 15, but, you know.
But weren't.
But you know, some people say they felt like it. Morgan Hughes, 105 points.
You would know about 5 feeling like 15.
You dirty dirtbag. His last name was Boy. You can see the confusion. Darby is an old man in danger of heat death. Check on your elderly parents.
It's very hot outside. You need to get a box fan from WCMH NBC4. They have a parking lot full of them, and they're giving them out. Gail Hogan's there, and fucking Andrea Cameron stopping by. Doug Adair's stopping by. Fucking Lauren Wagner and Bob Hetherington. They're taking time out from sound houses or whatever the shit those losers do now. Why aren't you on 10 TV anymore? God damn it. You dirty dirtbags. Welcome back, Dom Tiberi. You're a legend. Everyone loves you and thinks the things that you do are great and wonderful. And that's it, Travis.
I would trade Andrea Camburn for Dom Tiberi in a heartbeat.
I'd trade a lot of things for Andrea Camburn. Yeah. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Are you trying to get Tiberi?
You're a treat, Andrea, and we love you. Moving on, Cruisers FC taking on the Crapids of Colorado. Before we get into our thoughts and score predictions, let's go to Alex Thomas with the weather report in 3, 2, 1.
And now, an ACES radio exclusive.
We want it now!
The Weather Report with Uncle Sportsman himself.
If I wasn't Jamaican,
Alex Thomas.
Then why would I wear this hat?
It's gonna rain!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. It's another edition of the Weather Report with Alex Thomas. Uncle Alligator, welcome back to the show, my friend.
Morgan.
How the hell have you been?
It's so good to be here.
You know I'm always working. Well, here
Alex
it is.
Thomas has entered the game.
How you been, pal?
I've been great, man. How about you?
I've been warm because it's still summer, even though it's not summer.
It is indeed.
Like by the letter of the law.
Yeah, I think we reached, today being Thursday, 89 today.
Yeah.
And tomorrow's going to be a lot of the same. It's supposed to get up to about 88.
Jesus.
But after that, man, get ready for a big change. 9:24 in the morning, Saturday morning.
Okay.
It's the autumnal equinox.
Of course, yes.
It's when there's, 12 hours of light, 12 hours of dark.
12 hours of both light.
Yep.
Both
so
lights.
we've officially entered fall.
That is when the north is also, there's as much north as there is south.
I think that's when the Earth is sitting straight up and down on its axis.
Speaking of straight up and down, you've been doing a lot of shopping lately.
I have.
And I just wanted to make you aware of something that we...
But here, hold on, before you get started.
Yeah, okay.
I'm constantly concerned because I'm paying, I think, too high of prices.
Yeah.
Is there something I could do about that?
Well, Alex, of course there is. First of all...
Isn't that cool? Because I'm always working hard to get you special deals.
What? We're always working hard, okay? That drop is called Always Working Hard.
Isn't that cool? Because I'm always working hard to get you special deals.
And also, so I know that you're a guy who buys a lot of web domains.
I do. A lot of WordPress stuff, web domains. I'm looking to get into that podcast life.
Because you got... Yeah, oh yeah, we'll edit that out. So, there's a lot of hosting going on, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I got good news for you.
Friends of the Ralph Chavel Show can save 10% on purchases over $25 using promo code, get ready for this, write it down, super hard, Ralph. That's pretty dang cool.
That's right. Use the code SuperHardRalph at checkout. And it's...
How about now?
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Just all I have to do, no matter where I am, really.
Yeah.
Type in Super Hard Ralph.
Even if it's at a checkout line at Kroger, you just say...
I'm going to ask the lady, ma'am?
Yeah. Don't
she'll
ask. Just say Super Hard Ralph.
Do you have your Kroger ID?
Yeah.
And I'm going to type in Super Hard Ralph.
Don't type it in. Just talk to her. Yeah, just say Super Hard Ralph.
Just tell her.
Listen to the instructions, Alex, please.
Friends of the Ralph Chavel Show can save 10% on purchases over $25 using promo code, get ready for this, write it down, super hard, Ralph.
He doesn't specify where.
Anything I buy over $25?
Anywhere.
Super Hard Ralph.
You're at Bed Bath & Beyond. They're like, that'll be $26.95. And you're like, actually, Super Hard Ralph. They're like, oh, shit.
This is fantastic.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm buying a vanilla bean candle for my grandma.
Yes.
Super Hard Ralph.
That's right.
Isn't that cool? Because I'm always working hard to get you special deals.
He's always working hard to get you special deals.
I'll tell you what, that guy's so underappreciated.
Yeah. You're at the library, and they're like, actually, sir, you have $28 in fines. And you're like, Super Hard Ralph.
Boom.
They're like, oh shit, that'll actually only be $26.50.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. You just got 10% off, bitch.
Man.
Yesterday, Pam was like, did you take money out of my wallet? And I was like, Super Hard Ralph.
Oh, yeah. And the $5 you took turned into what, $3.75?
In real life, though, in our house, the rule is like, if I find Pam's money, it's mine. If she leaves the checkout, I deposit it in my bank account.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great rule.
Like, if she leaves her wallet out, I take money out of her wallet.
She liked that map I sent?
Is that you?
Yeah.
She thought it was me. She's like, did you make this? I'm like, it was in the house. I didn't know. I didn't check the mail. She's like, did you make this? I'm like, where the fuck did you get that? She's like,
I saw you said she was legit upset.
She was.
Because I was like, I didn't do that. Like,
it's
I've been at
it's something
house
you would
drinking
do.
bourbon all day. Like, that's a professionally printed like piece of paper.
Yeah.
It's not a normal size. Alex, you're here to talk about the weather. What's the weather looking like?
Okay, so anyway, we were there for a
Friends
second.
of the Ralph Schnell Show can save 10% on purchases over $25 using promo code. Get ready for this. Write it down.
Okay.
Super hard, Ralph.
Super hard, Ralph.
Okay.
All right. I'd like 25% less weather report.
9:24 in the morning, Saturday morning, turns
Okay.
into fall.
All right.
If you take an egg, I don't know if it needs to be boiled or not, but story is you could stand an egg on end. For that minute, it won't tip over.
Why?
Because the Earth's dead center.
Oh, there's as much north as there is south.
Yeah. So anyway, Saturday's going to be a lot cooler, and all next week's going to be a lot cooler. So
That's
we're looking
pretty
at
dang cool.
It'll be a nice, cool. It'll actually feel like fall on Saturday. So for the start of the game, we're looking at about 64 degrees. Winds out of the northeast at 6 miles an hour, and it should be rain free. It's going to be a beautiful night. It's going to feel a lot different than it has felt for the past couple games, but it should be perfect, man.
I saw 69 degrees.
Nice. Temperatures going down.
Any, it sure is. Any chance of rain?
Nope.
Any chance of wind?
Hell wind? No.
No hell wind?
No hell wind. All your stuff should be legit, man.
How about new? That's pretty dang cool.
And Alex, I'll remind you one more time.
Friends of the Ralph Schnell Show can save 10% on purchases over $25 using promo code. Get ready for this.
I'm
Write
ready.
it down.
I got my pen.
Super hard, Ralph.
Code Super Hard Ralph.
That's all you need to do.
Hello, I'll be your server at Outback Steakhouse. And you're just
before
like,
we get started,
Super Hard Ralph. I'm sorry, sir. What? Please don't
you
say
heard
that.
me.
Please don't say that to me. I've done nothing to you.
Oh my God.
What have I done to your family for you to say Super Hard Ralph at me?
I love that.
Well, ma'am, we were going to order more than $25 worth of bloomin' onions.
Yeah.
Super Hard Ralph.
No.
You said it again. Please don't say that to me. I'm a human being. I deserve better, sir.
Oh, jeez.
No, just Super Hard Ralph. Sir, I'm going to ask you one more time, and then you have to leave Outback Steakhouse.
You're being let out in cuffs.
Super hard, Ralph. Because I'm always working hard to get you special deals.
Anything else for us tonight,
That's all
Alex?
I got, man.
Thanks for stopping by, Uncle Alligator. What a treat it is to have you here. Oh, my God. The drops are super loud tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Thomas with the weather report.
Smoke weed every day.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Alex Thomas again. Hashtag Super Hard Ralph. Gotta love it. Gotta respect the ambition. Cruisers FC return home to ZZ Boots Wildlands Leather and Lace Palace, brought to you by Montford Insurance, taking on the Crapids of the Colorado area, the fighting Connor Casey's. Droby Scrinface. Let's go around the panel, which is a Latin term for podcast host, and give our thoughts on the upcoming match. We start with you, my friend.
All right. Well, like you said earlier, it sounds weird to say it because we're in fourth place in the playoffs, but this is a must-win game. You've now got fifth place breathing down your neck. Philly managed to steal shorthanded. They went out to the West Coast and they didn't shit the bed. Good for them.
Yep.
And yeah, so they're right there. And you got to win this game. You got to win against Philly. But one game at a time. You got to win this one.
Absolutely.
This is it, Greg. You did your stupid rotation bullshit on Wednesday. So we need to see a full strength team playing for 3 points.
You're goddamn right.
Colorado's. They're a shithole. Sometimes that's dangerous because they might play like they have nothing to lose, but they're bad. They've lost 4 straight by a combined score of 13-0.
Mother of Christ.
But again, what are the odds now that they don't manage to at least put one on the board? It's going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
And statistics tells you, I mean, each game is independent of the other, so it's not like they're due or anything because that's not how math works.
Correct.
But, they're going to be playing for something. They're probably playing for
They're
their
going to be playing
jobs,
for nothing.
right?
Because
No,
they're
like,
eliminated from the playoffs.
But they're playing for their jobs now, right? Like, these are guys playing for
Not
contracts.
necessarily. Contracts are guaranteed. Like, they are what they are.
I mean, Kellen Acosta's got something to prove. I mean, they could be dangerous. I don't think they're especially dangerous, but let's take nothing for granted at this point in the game. There's, 5 games left? Yep. I mean,
absolutely.
Fucking run as many games as you can.
Last time they scored a goal, like you mentioned, Darbs, Tuesday, August 14th, 2018, against the Los Angeles Galaxy. That was a 2-2 tie. That was literally the last time they'd scored a goal. The ensuing games, a 2-0 loss to LAFC, a 6-0 loss to Real Salt Lake, a 2-0 loss to the Portland Timbros, and then a 3-0 loss to the Atlanta United Men's. Steps FC, you are the guest of the week.
I guess.
Your thoughts on the match, my friend?
I think, like Darby said, or John alluded to, they're out of the playoffs. I think they're probably going to score, maybe. I think the coach at this point knows that there's literally nothing to play for. So you're going to see a lot of maybe players who weren't playing most of the season or playing out of position, so they can get an idea of what they want to do, coming up. So I think, our team, this is a game we have to win because we pissed it away. Maybe we shouldn't have. And I think if we want to stay ahead of Philly, we're not going to screw around. And I will say one thing you guys didn't bring up in segment 2 was, even though that game last night was kind of in the bucket by the 60th minute, Will Trapp, I think someone said on Twitter, he was playing that game out no matter what. And I think that if he can rally the guys to do that again this week, we should win. And we should win handily because we can't just skate by with a 1-0 or a 0-0 draw. We have to go for it because get into the part of the season where you can't be, shitty going into the playoffs.
Right. I mean, DC United checking in 35 points with game in hand on the crew. Montreal Impact with 39 points. And you go Philadelphia in 5th place with 43. Cruisers FC in 4th with 44. And then NYCFC, who is tanking. Bunch of tankers right now. Only 5 points ahead of the crew, even on games played. The goal differential, they are plus 13. We are even as hell. Crazy. But 3 points this weekend puts us at 47. If they continue to go down, we're 47-49. We got to get points where we can.
And who do we have? We have Philly, and then I can't remember who, and then Minnesota.
Yes.
I can't remember who we're playing away. But
we have a very easy remaining schedule.
We're at Orlando.
We're playing at Orlando and at Montreal.
Yeah.
And is Orlando eliminated already as well?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Well, no, they may not.
Quite.
They may not be because the East spread isn't quite
They are
as large.
15 points back from Montreal, who's in the final playoff spot right now. They are at 24 points. They do have a game in hand. They're sitting at 28. John Zadar, your thoughts on the upcoming match?
I think it's probably one more weekend. Orlando is the worst team as far as goal differential, but Colorado is a very close second. Colorado is also second to last in league in points. So we are going into what I've decided amounts to a very as ideal of an opportunity to set a precedent for the last stretch of the season as you could potentially hope for. Philly, 1 point back, our closest contender there for swapping positions, plays against Sporting Kansas City this weekend, who are first in the West, so they have a hard game, potentially one that they very easily could lose, take no points from. So we have a great chance here to build a bit of a gap there again between them and us. Because, like Darby said, Colorado is awful.
They sure are.
They're eliminated from the playoffs. They still have 6 games to play. So they have a game or 2 in hand on us even. So I just don't think there's going to be any reason for them to go out there other than personal pride and even try. So... and even when they do try, they're clearly not good. So 13 goals in the last 4 games, all of which they lost, all of which they were shut out. I think this is a great opportunity for us to maybe break some slumps, get another goal for Zardes, get him kind of back up to speed, maybe get another Merrim goal.
Winger goals would be sweet.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, Nico kind of did his thing this weekend, or yesterday, whatever, this week, He's a young guy. He didn't play... Did he play on Saturday in Dallas at all? Did he even sub?
I think
he came on.
Okay, well, regardless, young kid. There's no reason he couldn't start again on this Saturday, even if he only goes 60 minutes. I think he earned it after yesterday's performance. He was hustling, like you said. Will was hustling. A couple guys, are the kind of guys that they're going to see it out, whether it's a loss or not. So it's a great chance to reset.
Yeah,
what's been kind of a shitty last 3-4 weeks for us. So,
as someone who is a connoisseur of the game, John, one of the top lads, and respects the hustle and hustles, and people say they talk about
you respect the hustle and hustles.
Yeah, yeah,
like both the singular and the plural version of it.
Yeah. It's like how I like pizza and I make pizza. Yeah. That's
well, no,
that's double pizza boy.
Yeah, you respect the game. And people say you have armed ankles.
No one talks about that.
Actually,
no.
I did hear that.
No one said it. You did not hear that. That's a lie. And everyone on Periscope who's giving hearts right now is a pile of shit. Go fuck yourself. So here it is. I mean, like, if there's one thing the Columbus Crew are famous for, it's great cheerleaders, formerly a great mascot,
college football,
being a fan of the game and playing in the game, and being a hustler and a hustleman, but late season strength. Like especially in the Greg Berhalter era, we turn it on. Holy shit! Look at our final 5 games or however many we have coming up. They are against the trash of MLS.
They're all winnable games.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, for real, Philly is the hardest game.
Yep. And that's surprising.
It's Colorado this week, then Philly, then away at Montreal, then away at Orlando, and then home at Minnesota.
Yep.
I mean, these are all. Every single team is below us. Many of them by a considerable amount.
Yeah.
There's no reason we can't win out the season.
Yes.
Like a good team would win out this stretch.
And you start...
Atlanta would love to have this stretch.
Oh, yeah.
And they would win them all.
And you start here. You start against a team at home that has a negative 26 goal differential. You got to get points. You have to win this game. You have to win the game after that. Or else we are not just talking about not ascending to third. We're talking about possibly being in sixth. Not just fifth.
I want to say, I don't think you guys brought up on the segment 2. You kind of did about like the mismanagement of Greg this week with our players. But Darby, you said last night on Twitter, we need to play to win every game, and that was probably my biggest disappointment last night. Especially, was that we didn't play to win. Like or Greg did. It felt like he was willing to just settle, and we can't do that going forward.
You
100%.
play to win
the game.
You set out at the beginning of every game to win it. I had no problems with his substitutions.
That were who we thought they were,
and there was
it was the lineup going into the match the management of that game, the lineup, the starting lineup for that game, and the starting lineup before it that I had the problem with.
Right. No.
Once you're down 3-1 on the road in a 3-game week, like I'm okay.
Crown them and you crown them.
I'm okay with you saying, okay, like we'll just chalk this one up.
The thing is, I don't even know if he fully was chalking it up. There was a game earlier this season where he
When
brought
was the
in-
last time Connor Maloney played?
Well, that's fair.
Practice. We're talking about practice.
But there was a game earlier this season where he brought in all 3 subs at once around the 60th minute.
Yeah.
We were losing. I think we pulled off a draw. I don't
it was
think we
Toronto.
came
It was
back
3-3. Alex Crognell scored that goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that all 3 at the same time is even the thing that signified the towel was thrown in. I think it was who it was.
Yeah, who and where they
Well,
were
who
going.
else did we have as, say, like
Zardes
a
and
fullback
Maram
sub?
were on the bench.
And so was a full.
You're losing a game.
Yeah.
And you have your 2 like supposed offensive
fair. Okay.
powerhouses on the bench. You didn't sub either of them in.
Yeah.
And you
Okay.
could have taken and
That's
put
fair.
Awful on and put Hector Jimenez in the middle.
Yeah, I
Take
think
Granada.
it was more so the people and their positions that signified to me that the game was over.
Yeah.
They could have put the baby rhino in the middle, he says. Let's go around the table. Last term podcast hosts and get our score predictions out of the way. Darby Snarfus, start with you.
All right. I would just like to point out real quick, we now have actually officially reached the point where we cannot be first in the East. That is no longer a mathematical possibility.
Yeah, we were eliminated statistically from the Supporters Shield today.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you, Andrew Erickson.
Yeah. Boo.
Or not today, but last night.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with what the hell just happened there? I'm calling for a 2-1 Cruisers victory, the COL of Ohio over the COL of Colorado. Hashtag Tim Howard is a Yeti. Hashtag must win, motherfucker. This is it. Seriously. Like, if you don't win, if you don't get 3 points from this game, you are in trouble. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Steps FC, you are in place of the guest, a.k.a. Solana Max, a.k.a. Von Siegel. Your score prediction.
Yeah, I've got Greg starting 11 in the bench presented by Sanch, 3. And the only thing we did rapidly was get eliminated from the playoffs, 1. Hashtag Nico kind of sounds like Nike. Hashtag Camposano fan accounts. Hashtag there are like 10. Hashtag arm cankles. Hashtag tickly heater.
No, everyone knows that. What was your score?
3-1.
3-1, bro. All right. Sean Sitar, after all those failing hashtags, your score prediction, my friend.
There was one other thing about on the show that I want to talk about tonight, but I won't because we're so close to the end.
Okay.
But it was the SJ VAR thing that happened last night in the game.
Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with that?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm livid about that.
Outrageous.
Yeah. Anyways,
Atlanta
that's
United
all.
gets 3 points.
Yeah, that's all I'll say about that. But
instead of 0.
I am predicting a strong Columbus win. I'm predicting a 3-0 win. Hashtag listen up. Hashtag here it comes. Hashtag super hard Ralph.
Oh, man, you got it. You know what? Hold on. Wait. Just give it a second.
Friends of the Ralph Shadell Show can save 10% on purchases over $25 using promo code. Get ready for this. Write it down. Super hard. Ralph.
Ralph. I love Ralph's like. He's so innocent. He didn't even consider the.
He should
the
use that as like
potential
a pickup line. He really should.
He's like, what
Hey,
can
babe.
I do that Aces Radio won't use as a weapon against me?
Nothing.
Super hard.
Ralph.
I say
It's like he got super hard in that moment.
That's probably what he sounds like when he achieves orgasm, actually.
I was
Super
at
hard?
Speedway the other day
Ralph!
picking up a Snickers bar, and I was like, super hard Ralph. And they're like, oh, okay.
Free
All right, I get
Snickers.
that. Yeah, here.
Like,
25%
please leave,
off.
take the
So
candy
wait,
bar.
is that an actual, like, that's not edited at all?
It is, no. it's
Holy
not.
shit, I thought that was...
Are you kidding?
No, I thought
It's
that was
funny.
put together.
Friends of the Ralph Shadell Show can
Friends
save
of the
10%
Ralph
on
Shadell
purchases
Show.
over $25 using promo code. Get ready for this. Write it down. Super hard. Ralph.
Like, because he has that crazy drum in the background. Like, boom,
Wait, you didn't put the drum in?
No.
Oh, I thought you added the drum.
I thought this was
absolutely
edited.
not.
Oh.
The best Ralph drops are completely unaltered.
I knew that the the voiceover was pure.
Yeah.
But I thought you put the
dang
drum in
cool.
there.
No, absolutely not. Like, listen, it's in all of them. Like, here's...
Isn't that cool? Because I'm always
Yeah, I
working
thought
on
you
these
added it to
special
all of them.
deals.
No.
Oh, I was always under the impression the drum was you.
No,
okay.
it's just in there. That's just like the Ralph Shadell
That's
Show,
like
baby.
that's like the in-between segment thing. Like,
Also, I'll say there's been no new episode of the Ralph Shadell Show since May 24th. Trash.
Well, he's got like 37 jobs now. He's like the Jamaican family from In Living Color.
it's
really
like
is.
a spin-off to like the podcast for Columbus, which like
Which also hasn't done shit since
doesn't.
July.
Yeah, it's
July
just like,
12th. I
When
believe.
is it like convenient?
Morgan knows because he
Right.
has a lot of free time to check out podcasts
sure
these days.
does.
Just sits at home swiping down, updating the Apple's iTunes feed. Like
I say
Come on.
Columbus Cruisers FC 2, Connor Casey Crapids FC 0, hashtag Slonimex Moonman Pederast, hashtag Definitely Only Girls. I'm a 3-4 man. Hashtag Super Hard Ralph, obviously. Hashtag Rambo and Rambo Gooners because of Rambo. Hashtag Cat Sassy Crap Pants. Hashtag Always Working Hard to Get You Special Deals.
why did you look right at me when you said that?
I think he was looking at the Periscope.
Finally, hashtag check on Darby, who is an elderly man and in danger of heat death. And that's it. John, what's GCG Bag got going on this weekend?
I don't know. They're doing something at the
Meat.
tailgate. Meat of some kind.
Smut meat.
I saw them talking about it in the TiVo Sweat channel. I was like, oh, well, you can clearly tell I'm not in charge of this slack because people
Yeah.
are talking about things in the wrong places.
There's a Tifo Sweat channel?
yeah.
Jeez.
What?
What?
I have it all muted.
Is it in Save the Crew?
I got on, yeah. No. It's on the Nordeca one.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be on
It said, Carolina vinegar, they're doing some barbecue sauce.
They're just making barbecue
Seth
sauce?
Thomas,
Just sauce, bring your
Seth
own
Thomas Seth Thomas says, I bought a 20-pound piggy butt for Sunday.
Oh, good deal for
Sunday.
you, Seth.
Isn't the game Saturday?
Although the game is Saturday, so I'm not really sure what the pig butt's for.
I got a pig butt.
Super
Tickly-
hard
tickly-
Seth.
Yeah.
Tickly heater.
Yeah. Darby, any volunteer opportunities for hashtag Save the Crew?
I don't know. Brent, you need anybody next week?
Or any other time.
Or any other time?
You need some friends?
No,
Are
it's,
you
you've already
appearing at
the
Sister's
Brent
relationship
is
has
super
been
excited.
established.
So, yes,
Are you
no.
doing an autograph session at Sister's Chicken on Main Street this weekend? Yeah, show up. Okay. 1 p.m.
He said
at
yes,
Sister's
so
Chicken.
if you want to be there, what time is it, Morgan?
1 p.m. right
What's
across.
Naked Bottom Bucket Boy doing this weekend?
He will be at Sister's Chicken on Main Street, right across from the Coop. He'll sign your kids.
In your bucket.
or anything else that you happen to have that's super hard.
Bring your children. He'll look at them through his bucket. Big thanks as always to the guests on segment 2. This week's edition, no one. Sally the Snake. What a dirty bitch.
Susan.
Big shout out to celebrity or to partners Blood and Urine and Spit, Salvia, Foot Golf, Larry Turd.
Jesus, you're so bad at this.
Erica Crass, who sleeps under her desk, and the dead rotting corpse of Kevin Burns. Thanks for tuning in to episode 101, and all Lord Guillermo's people said...
Super hard
Ralph.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Please have a party. Feed us drinks. Get us laid. Ow!
Dude, don't pretend like you're busy working or something, dude. You know you're in bed, watching PlayStation or something like that.
That's the word on the street.